Bless up to the people and bless up again in the thanks for tuning back again to the Nick and That podcast. Daniel, what going on a Sunday again?
You know, you hear me?
Yeah.
You don't know, you know, ending of the Premier League and about to get real with the international football,
Yes.
Jamaica. So, excited time ahead.
Yeah, excited times ahead, people. But you don't know, it is, it's like a holiday weekend, here in the US, man. A lot of people, doing a lot of shopping, cook out tomorrow as, the day them, celebrate the passing of the soldiers. But yeah, we're there. As I said, club football is getting that time at the stage where, it's going into the transfer market where we're looking into, international football, international tournament, friendlies, wherever international football bring us, that's where we're going to go. Understand? But there's some weird stuff that's happening in football at this moment. Just want to get there. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so some underdog, a lot of underdog story, is in football, the end of the season. You realize it's so many underdog, stories is happening around world football at this moment. Do you aware of it?
Yeah. A lot, by just going off the what happened this season in the Premier League, in the Italian league,
Yeah.
a lot of teams that haven't won for such a long time a trophy.
Mhm.
I've brought them their trophy drought. You get what I'm saying? But football is there to the beautiful game that we all love is
Yeah.
always there to surprise us, and you get what I'm saying. And coming up in the next tournaments, I would love to see a new team that have never won the World Cup. Maybe someone from Africa, maybe I might go a stretch and say maybe Jamaica. You see me? I say, but you get me? But end of the day, they are when them say the ball is round
Yeah.
this season in Europe and all over the world, show you say the ball is round. You see me? I say? But as somebody say, as everybody except for Arsenal fans, boy, Arsenal fans.
Boy, I mean, I know. But look, I have some stuff, to read out. Look, Barcelona is the only club this season to sweep the domestic treble. They scored 102 goal, I think, in the La Liga this season. One of the best, you said probably the best, story around football in talk about domestic of what they did. Also, Paris Saint-Germain, I think, did that also, did that domestic treble as well. Bayern Munich only won that one trophy. But Real Madrid, second, but Kylian Mbappe, scored 31 goals in the La Liga. Also, Atletico Madrid, the team in La Liga with the most clean sheet as a team, and also Bilbao with the best defensive, think the best defensive record in La Liga. Also, Villarreal, after no European football, yeah, last season they finished in the Champions League race as well. Real Betis, will it be an underdog story right up again in on the front page of all newspaper around the world coming next week Wednesday when they square off with Chelsea. Also, look, you will say Scott Napoli, the man, the Scottish that won single-handedly won that Scudetto, the fourth time. But let me say this, as much as Napoli won the Scudetto for the fourth time, Daniel, it's also won by four Italian manager. Look, in 1986-87 season, it was Ottavio Bianchi, and 89-90 Alberto Bijan, and also Luciano Spalletti a couple seasons ago, and also no Antonio Conte for a team that finished 10th last season in Italian league. Antonio Conte showed that he's one of the best managers out there in world football at the moment. And as much as I said, it's four different Italian managers, one that's Scudetto for Napoli. It's also dominated by overseas player. Obviously in the 80s, dominated by Diego Armando Maradona. The Luciano Spalletti one, was Victor Osimhen. Also the one that just passed, it was Romelu Lukaku and Scott McTominay. So the 4 time that Napoli won, the Scudetto, it all dominated by foreign players. I love that city. They call it, I love that city. They call it the garbage dump city in Italy, Naples, and also, you know what happened in French Liga, last week as well. But England, Newcastle won that League Cup. What 8 decade they haven't won a trophy. Spurs won the Europa League. First trophy since 2008. Sunderland got promoted. After what 8 9 season. Battling it out in the second tier and third tier of English football. Beating Sheffield United as well. Palace Sellers Park will be rocking Europa League next season. They won the FA Cup beating Manchester City. So there's so many different underdog stories.
Even
I'm just huh?
even Nottingham Forest, even though they missed out on Champions League, but they got into Europe,
Yeah,
coming far from where they were coming last season. They were fighting relegation and able to make it into the UEFA Conference League,
yeah,
the third tier for the UEFA football. It's still a good season for them. You get what
yeah,
I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah. And also, I said the Palace, League One football. Big up to Tyrese Campbell, Kira Anderson, and also Kaim Dixon. Their team will be playing championship football next season. Bologna, their third Coppa Italia. The last time they won it was in 1973-74. Inter Milan, will it be another underdog story, in the front page coming next weekend as well, and they play Paris Saint-Germain. And also the last one, Armenia Belfield, they got 4-2 in the Pokal, the German knockout tournament, 4-2 versus Stuttgart. Obviously they lost that one, but that's the first time going to, the knockout competition of German football, the DFB Pokal. But that's some of there's loads of more. Remember, Michael Seaton came on here last weekend and also talk about that club that's coming from what fourth division. Now they're going to the Bundesliga too. So there's a lot of underdog story all over across the world in world football. Someone said, bro, and someone said, on God, I was just driving home from work and I thought pop up in my head saying that Jamaica can win the World Cup in the US. It's just a wild thought. But one,
Believe, now, man. Believe.
yo,
You have to
January
believe, no
Star,
never, But
January Star, it's
right,
crazy, man. It's
yeah.
crazy. But what you have to say though, with everything that's going on with the underdog story, it's just
It,
it's just something that just happened, on a not every year, but it's just popped up spontaneously at times.
it's just I think it's just the way our football is going now.
Yeah,
I think if you look in the Premier League, there's a lot of money is in the Premier League, and you have to understand that there's club like Newcastle, even Everton, like everybody in the Premier League have money, like the TV rights and the money that's pumping into the Premier League this season and over the past couple of years. So every team in the Premier League can invest properly. You get what I'm saying? So a team from England, a small team from England can go Spain or Italy and buy their top players. You get what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna mention the top teams them in England. So when you see that better quality is coming into the smaller teams, them, you get what I'm saying? So when that happening, the leagues start to get better. So you're gonna have teams like Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace can go to Germany and get Frankfurt coach. You get me? And Crystal Palace is a relegation team, and they went to Frankfurt and get Frankfurt coach. You get what I'm saying? Which Frankfurt is a top 4, top 5 team in Germany. You get what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So I think every team these days is playing with a philosophy, playing with a style of play. So football is different. Like you can't just turn up and win football and say, oh, me a Manchester United, me for win that match. No, football is not like that anymore. You have to do
yeah,
your homework. You have to come with good players, because every team the team that play the best football in the Premier League, I won't even say it's Liverpool, and Liverpool win the league. Some would have said Brighton play the best football in the Premier League. You get what I'm saying? Brighton play the most entertaining football. You get what I'm
Palace.
saying? Palace, even Tottenham will score so many goals. They in the bottom of the table. You get what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. So many storyline. You get what I'm saying? Barcelona, some would say Barcelona is the best team that played the best football this season. But Barcelona didn't even make it to the Champions League final. You get what I'm saying? So it says there's a lot of things about football where it's very hard to predict. You get what I'm saying? But it's exciting. You get what I'm saying? For the neutral, it's very exciting.
And it's not long ago that Barcelona played Europa League as well.
Yes, and they could barely find $1 to buy a player, and and some would say they have the best player in the world right now. You get what I'm saying? So football can move. Manchester United, one of the when me and Nicaragua grew up in a Jamaica on Maxfield, me a Chelsea fan, he was a United fan. We used to go back and forth every weekend. And look at the mighty Manchester United. If you tell us like 15 years ago, so your Manchester United will be struggling to get in the top four, we'll look at you like you're crazy. You get what I'm saying? So football change.
Yeah. But one thing though, did you manage to see the last bit of action in that Champions League race in Italy? The Venezia Juventus game. Did you manage to see any clippings?
I did not able to see it, but I did able to keep up to date with the scores, and I realized that
game was crazy.
Roma did need Juventus to drop points so they can get in, but Juventus able to hold out. I was rooting for Roma to get in. Just for Ranieri, and I like Roma from back in the day when Tati did there, Luca Toni, De Rossi. You know what I'm saying? So I like Roma, but they come short, but I think they still have a good season.
The thing is, like Forest been in the Champions League spot for majority of the last since New Year, right? They've been in a Champions League position, but yet they fall so short. But that look emotional breakdown that we should have been in that Champions League. Like Roma, they just one step away from get in that Champions League. Look, even if they did finish in the conference, it would have been such a superb season for them of where Ranieri picked them up like just a few points away from relegation zone. No, managed to get them to play European football next season. But I think the Roma fans that be a little bit let down, not by the manager, but just feel a little bit down that Juventus these drop points because that Champions League money that they're looking for, the bragging rights and all of that. You understand? But Forest again, they had a wonderful season, coming from relegation, come up to challenge for the big time, once could say probably close, right behind Liverpool during that game that they played in December. If they manage to get a win in that game, they'll be right in the title race. But it's just one of them seasons. But I think Nottingham Forest done a really good job, also. But Juve, Atalanta, we saw even Parma. They having Parma having won a away game in the La Liga in Serie A for such a long time. That's crazy. Over a year ago, they lost away game and to beat Atalanta away to stay up in the Italian Serie A. It's crazy. But Napoli, Inter, the two big dogs. Over in England, we saw you guys did what you need to do at City Ground. Beat Nottingham Forest. They started the game really well in the first 15, 20 minutes, but couldn't manage to get the ball in the back of the net. Just couldn't do it. Do you understand? Yeah. But it's just one of them season, for Forest. Also, Newcastle miss it by a whisker because Everton. You could imagine the job that David Moyes is doing at Everton. It's crazy, like to go at St. James Park in a crucial time, the League Cup winners, and to get that win. Newcastle was like, did that Forest game end? Because they were looking at that game like, if that game managed to go the other way, Newcastle would have found himself, outside of that Champions League spot. But it's just one of them crazy things. I heard you're giving Morrison some praise, on your channel talking about Chelsea.
Go in your room.
What was that all about?
Yeah, I just think that he able to turn it around. Since that, I think he able to turn it around. I think that stretch where I think we lost that last game against Arsenal. I think from then he kind of turned it around. I think luck have been on his side too. He have able to get back Lavia, able to get back Reece James being fit, again, and I think he went with a very solid unit with Chalaba, Tosin, and Cole in the back three, and Moses Caicedo, the most improved players in the Premier League this season, very consistent. He played the last player to play start 38 games for Chelsea. The whole full season was Aspilicueta. You get what I'm saying? That is not easy. A very tense Premier League, but I think Maresca, he have started the season very well, and then around the December January break, we kind of fall off. The team just couldn't able to get the results, and that's what happened. We followed on it in the Premier League, and we followed on. Maybe sometimes people were saying that Chelsea was one of the team that's gonna be challenged Liverpool, and we just didn't able to follow through. And then he pick it up. He able to bounce back, able to make some changes and do the right thing. And I have to give him his credit. At one point I was like, this guy does not know what he's doing. He's saying a lot of crazy stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes I be wondering, like, bro, this is Chelsea. This is not Leicester City. You get what I'm saying? I don't care which player is playing for Chelsea or which player. Regardless, you need the players to go there. But good first season for him. He able to finish off the season on a high. Hopefully Wednesday we can get a doubler in the Conference League and say we could able to say that we won all the major trophy that we able to participate in. You get what I'm saying? So I've given him credit.
Yeah. I don't know, for some reason I'm just still thinking about what Money Pro Music said, that he's just driving from home, driving from work going home, thinking about that. You think that the Reggae Boys will win the World Cup in the US? I don't know, man. I've been just thinking about it, like it's just wild. It's just one of them wild thinking, like, yo, bro, like if this, I can't say this. Go to any betting shop and just place a bet on it from now. It will be a bigger story even before the team get even qualify for the World Cup. What do you think? Put a $50 on Jamaica to win the World Cup coming next year.
It'll be a millionaire. That's all me can say.
Did you manage to see the story around somewhere on social media where Harry Wilson, granddad, bet on him when he was like 4 or 5 that one day he would play for Wales? I know he won 750,000 euros, pound, and he actually retired everything, living lavish right now. So football is just a crazy one. Yeah, I understand. But all right, people. So we're going to get into it. Talk about the best and the worst of the Reggae Boy campaign. The players that we think have one of the best season, and some players that really think that have a really, really, as them say, a patois, so a shabby season. Remember that already? Shabby. Patois is such a beautiful language, man. Big up to Miss Lou, to enhance that more and educate the ones more about patois. But what you think about the best 5, top 5 players that, not talking about the players them that haven't featured for the Reggae Boys as yet, talking about the players them, not like Greenwood, players that been through the war, been through the fight for the Reggae Boys over the years, European season is coming to an end. A lot of the Reggae Boys season have come to an end in its international duty time now. And look, and I will say the best out of the bunch, maybe it's a player that playing in League One at the moment, Jonathan Russell. What you think about that one? A player that who have started, over 3/4 of his game that he played in for Barnsley, double-digit score. You think he's the Reggae Boy that have one of the best impact season?
Jonathan Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I never I don't really watch him too much, but the last time you showed me some highlights of him and I see what he do a box to box midfielder. You say he play score 11 goals and 2 assists this season. I think after all of the players that play in those positions that we have currently now, I don't see anybody as good what he did this season. You get what I'm saying, numbers wise, and he seems like a very consistent player too. He play a lot of games and never really got injured. You get what I'm saying? So I think we missed that box to box midfielder crushing
Yeah,
into the
someone that
box.
very influential in the game.
Yeah. I think we don't really have. I think we have a more. I thought we was gonna get that from Casey Palmer, but I don't really see it from him. You get what I'm saying? I think he play a little bit deep. You get what I'm saying? But I think that it would be so refreshing to get someone like that. But I think so far what I see from Russell, I think that's somebody where I would like to play like a double pivot with what's his name? Hayden. I think that's something that we could go more far. But you have a very good season, you get what I'm saying? But a lot to improve on. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do in the Unity Cup to see what type of player he is because I don't really watch him enough, but
Yeah.
I will able to
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, Unicup will be such a big tournament for him. Those two games that will be coming up in next week as well. But we're going to preview. People will be here, live tomorrow. It's tomorrow's holiday, here in the US, so we will be live tomorrow as well. You understand? So that video is already, deal already that we're going to be live. But I think though, out of everybody, to be honest, like when I look at the impact that he had on his team itself, he was that driving force, for his team, during the season of the League One champion. And his goals actually, brought them right into the playoff mix. But for some reason, I think during like want to say probably like the tail end of January going to February, they went on a streak where they just couldn't win a game in 10. They lost their manager, they lost their technical director, they lost their head of scout, and everything just went down the hill. And from there, they just couldn't pick up back, that speed of where they started the season with and try to, get in that playoff. But I mean, it's one of those seasons. But I think out of everybody, he had that. I think he had the best season for me personally. You understand? And
yeah.
moving on, from Jairus, a player that been playing again, in the second tier in his country that he's playing currently in, Ronaldo Cephas, to play with four different managers in our campaign. That's nuts. Like, look, if you just look at that, it's just a weird thing to just process. Like, you played with four different managers in one campaign, and you still manage to be that influential player for your team. Overall, he has scored the most goal for his club team. You understand? Ronaldo Cephas. But me did I talk about this, a couple of days ago, that what will be the process for him moving forward, because his team got relegated. They will be playing in the third tier of Turkish football. But for him though, Daniel, to have that impact season for his club, I think he's that perfect, player to ride under Jonathan Russell as second best season, for the Reggae Boys for their club this season.
Yeah, I think with Cephas situation, I think he need to find a very solid team. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think he been ups and down, ups and down. I know he did have half issues field. I do realize that our players tend to get a lot of, like, our players tend to get relegated a lot. I don't know if you realize that over the past, if over every year, at least
Yeah.
3 to 4 our Jamaican players get. I don't know if it's bad luck on them and just unfortunate, but I do tend to realize that wherever last season was Nicholson, and then in the year before was what Demar Bell with Luton Town. You get what I'm saying? So it's like every year it's a team with our players. You get what I'm saying? Recently, weird.
Yeah, Bobby Reed now.
But Bobby Reed and
Yeah.
even Maggie. Do we call Maggie in the JPL?
Yes, we do.
You get what I'm
Yes,
saying? So
yes, yeah. So
our
Maggie,
players tend to get relegated on certain teams. So, but I think CFAS do need to find a club. I don't think getting relegated and playing in the Turkish third division is gonna be good for him. I think you need to find another club. This summer market is there. I would love to see someone who been watching him and see the quality that he have, what he can able to bring to their team. But I know it's very fast style and very hard to negotiate with these people in Turkey. But I would love to see him get away from Turkey, man.
Yeah.
And find somewhere else. But Cephas, if you're watching this, I don't want to see Cephas coming back to Jamaica. I think he have quality. I just think that he doesn't need a somewhere stable.
Yeah, you're right. And the club is up for sale at this moment. The current owner, let me just put it out there, the current owner for Ranala Cephas club, he said that he will go on to give up the club to anybody without no money, not even a penny. Only time he need back a penny from the owner that will take up this club in the near future, and when the club get back into the Turkish Super League. So him actually put out the club out there that, look, I don't need a penny. Anyone need to come and get this club, come and get this club. They also add 30 million euros in debt as well. So there's a lot of money they have in debt. Also, a player, look, where you rank the Serbian Super League in Europe. I know it's one of those feeding tree league that top clubs go over there and get quality players, play teams from in Scandinavia go over there and get players, you say some cheap gem that they can help to refine them, smooth them down, polish them, and then sell them on to a bigger profit. But where you rank the Serbian Super League in world football?
Um, to be honest, not too not too. I know the team that topped the league was in the Champions League. I think they was in the
Yeah,
Champions.
they normally have, I think, Partizan. They have Partizan over
Yeah,
there.
I
Red
think they
Star
were.
Belgrade. Is it Red Star Belgrade, one of those teams? But
Yeah,
they always have teams in the Champions League as well.
yeah, they never really they were playing against I did watch them against couple game against AC Milan and team, but they never and the quality is not really there. But I say they have teams that compete in the Champions League. You get what I'm saying?
And in
So
Europa League as well.
and Europa League, yeah, Conference League. You get what I'm saying? So the pathway is there to challenge to compete with elite team. You get what I'm saying? Just that the league is not strong, but they have quality that came from Serbia. You get what Matic, Ivanovic. There's players that there. You get what I'm saying? They always have good teams over the years. You get what I'm saying? But it's just that the quality around the league may not be the best. You get what I'm saying? But I still think that it's a much better level. I will put it over the Saudi Arabia League. Yes, it's in Europe. You get what I'm saying? I will put it over the MLS. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think I would rank it is way more higher than those leagues. And I personally think that I think I will put it up there with the Turkish league, and maybe on
Yeah.
the same level. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a bad league. You get what I'm saying?
So back to back years in the Serbian Super League, we have two players that scored double-digit goal. This is happening for the first time. I checked way back and I go back and I just couldn't find anything. So you have Junior Flemings that scored like 15 goals last season in the Serbian Super League. Now you have Trivante, who still have one more game. He's managed to get him team in that relegation playoff, something like a format like the Bundesliga, where they will play a relegation system where they will play the team. I think the team that managed to finish second in the second division or third in Serbia. His team will play that relegation playoff. So he scored 15 goals this season, and it's a player that we haven't seen since, you would say, 2023. I think the last time my head can remember say Trivante played for the Reggae Boys was that Canada game. You understand, when I think he got double sub in that game. So he scored 15 goals, and I said this is a remarkable season as well. Another Reggae Boy player who is fighting relegation scrap in Europe as well. Managed to get double-digit score 15 goals. He's the leading marksman for his team. I remember, watching this player at the Allianz Arena in Juve. Playing against Juventus, and I think he only touched the ball like 3 times. I think it was a cup game. I think he only touched the ball 3 times coming from Mount Pleasant. Then I said, no, he's shot up. But again, you could imagine that. Look, we have a player in Serbia that scored 15 goals in a campaign in a regular season, and you just cannot find him nowhere around the Reggae Boy team. Nowhere around the Reggae Boy team. I saw something today that there was a deal, an Honduran player finally leaving, the Serbian Super League to the second tier in Spain, Spanish, the Segunda League. I think his transfers were like £800,000.
Yeah.
But I mean, Trevante Stewart, you say probably one of those players that have a really good season in Europe, 15 goals in the Serbian Super League.
Yeah, I think he have a very decent season in in the Serbia in the Super League for sure. I mean, I know that move. I think that what people are always gonna have against him, that move into Italy that
Yeah,
never work out, and so
yeah,
that's always gonna look bad on him as a
hmm,
player. You get what I'm saying? Because but you have to, I think people have to understand that it doesn't always gonna be moving all over, just straight from Jamaica to straight to Europe. It's not that easy. You get what I'm saying? I think if he was very much more younger, moving from Jamaica League go straight in an academy, just like what
yeah,
Kadim Dixo Whisper is doing, learning the trade from a younger
yeah,
stage, but go straight from Jamaica Premier League, go straight to Italy. Italy League is very tactical football. It's on Spain. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's not like England where England, if you're physical, if you can be firm, you can play in England. But Italy League and those type of league is very tactical. Even French league is very
yeah,
tactical. You have to be very technical and them something. So I think I would love to see him back around the setup. You get what I'm saying? As I
yeah.
said, play 36 games, score
Hopefully,
50.
hopefully he can make the Gold Cup squad. Hopefully,
Yeah, hopefully, because I think that I am tired of seeing the same set of front players
yeah,
that
hopefully,
not really doing anything. So I would love to see give somebody else a chance. You get what I'm saying? Someone that can do. I want to see something a little bit different. You get me?
different. Yeah,
I feel like the players and what we've been running around have been doing the same thing. We put up so much expectation on these players and they're not really delivering. So let's bring in
yeah,
some new faces. Bring in some new faces that we can see that try something different. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Junior Flemings playing the first year. Daniel, is it this crazy story around reggae boy football? We have Junior Flemings, right? I like Junior Flemings as a player. I think as a player that if you have if you have a good system that can fit him in, you can get the best out of him. He's a like a systematic player, but a player that playing in UAE in the first tier, in the top tier of UAE, and then you have Ravel who is playing in the second division, which is the third tier in UAE, and it's like every day we talk about Ravel of him not in the squad. But I don't think we probably put a lot of emphasis on Jonah Flemings that
Yeah.
he should be in the team. And he's playing in the first year, I think he scored like 9 goals. Then in his last 2 seasons, he played 56 games and scored like 26 goals, something like that. Let me see if I'm getting it correct with Junior Fleming. So 56 games in his last 2 seasons and 24 goals. Is it that like very good stats for him? But we just never really talk about him. But I can understand why a lot of reggae boy fans don't really talk much on Flemings. And you can, foul in on this after I finish and tell me if I'm right or wrong. But we have players like Jonah Flemings, like the Leon Bailey, the Margaret player playing in the front three across the line. You have Kaim Dixon, Ronald Cephas, but is it because we have lack of technical gifted player like Ravel in that midfield? Why we still have to go back to the conversation of getting him in the national pool of not saying why not the man that playing in a higher tier in that country
Mm.
not getting the recognition that he deserves?
Yeah, I think people feel like just like show a skirt in the bar say Flemings get a lot of chance. I feel like people feel like Flemings get a lot of chance. Flemings have been around the setup for a very long time. You get what I'm saying? I think him and Nicholson get a lot of opportunity. They've been around the block. So I feel like people move past Junior Flemings. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's 29 years old. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like people have moved past him. He's still doing good numbers in a very good
Mm-hmm.
level. You get what I'm saying? I think I look at football. If he's doing very good at a good level and he's in form, he's playing for him, call him back. The player is that because you cannot call up a man that's not performing, but you call him. You get what I'm saying? So if Junior Flemings is playing at a good level, call him. You get me? You don't have to be a starting man. You can be someone who's coming off the bench. You know, you get what I'm saying? Someone can play down through the line. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like over the past couple games, I'm gonna see Jamaica, we lack something different. You get what I'm saying? We lack something different. I think Junior Flemings is someone who I think he will work very hard, but I think he's someone who can finish. I think someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I feel like people move on from him, so that's why they're not really talking about him that much. I feel like he already got his opportunity, and they already moved past from him. That's why.
Yeah, I just think that we have so many different type of wingers, But one thing that a lot of those wingers have, where it's very good, the aesthetic good, they're skillful, they have quick speed, everything, the agility. But I think Junior Flem is a player that, if as a coach, if you can get the best of him, he will work for the team. And I
Yeah.
think if you can have that mixture of gifted player and players that will work, for that starting 11, or if he can come off the bench and do a quick cameo 50 minutes, it's different. If you can pick a player that look at even Jordan Henderson still getting picked for England. That's
Yeah.
crazy, but it's because of his leadership.
Wouldn't you say that we already have someone that already doing what
Yeah,
Flemings
yeah,
are
yeah,
doing
yeah,
already?
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe that's why.
He just cannot get around the team,
Yeah,
because
because
we already have too much Flemings.
we have too much Flemings. We want something a
But
little bit,
the
different.
Ravel, we don't have that. We just don't have that. And I want to say we got at 4 players already. Trevante, Flemings, John, and Cephas. And I want to say I have to big up Richard King as well. For Marshall, that defensive line for Cavalier of winning, another Jamaican Premier League title back to back, beating the mighty Mount Pleasant, a team that, look, they spend the money in Jamaica. So many different clubs, get a lot of money, off Mount Pleasant. And I have to put it like, yeah, I think he had a wonderful season. I think he had a wonderful playoff, coming from the Tivoli, coming from the Tivoli game, the Arnett game, and the Mount Pleasant game. Go back even to playing Inter Miami, winning the Caribbean Cup. But what he have done though, since the
Daniel,
playoff
stop your
start,
nice.
you have to reward him. You have to reward. And I just think that
Yeah.
putting him in the top 5, you reward. But again, you have different players that, like, Ethan Pinnock, who was consistently doing good, throughout the campaign until that little injury. You have Daniel Johnson. I think he had a playoff game tomorrow as well, trying to get into the Turkish Super League. You understand? You have a couple more players out there that have a wonderful season, but the impact of what I was saying, the impact of what they had, it's really good. But I just have to say, man, I'm kind of jealous over Cavalier Football Club of how one man can galvanize a whole system, a whole team, and beat that Mount Pleasant team. And I said it. I write a comment on Jean-Pierre YouTube channel, and in the comment section when he was previewing the game, and I said, if Cavalier go on to win this game coming on Labor Day, that was Thursday, coming tomorrow, it will be one of the greatest triumph in local football, because this team have played loads of games. They have played like 50 plus games already as a
Yeah.
local team. You have never heard a local team in Jamaica play 50 plus game
In
in
one
entire
season.
campaign in one season. So they deserve it, man. They deserve it. And I just have to say that Ruler Speed, as much as the shenanigans that he have done with the Reggae Boys, like, you have to give him, the credit. You have to give him maximum respect of what he did. He know exactly how to milk every ounce of milk out of that Cavalier team. You understand?
I put you up on the spot. Who's a better
No, no,
coach?
no, 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 no. I thought you were I thought,
Wait, even I say. Who's a
I
better
say
coach?
Bruder Speed coach Jamaica.
No. I was gonna say who's a better coach? See for Speed or Whitmore. Chim,
Speed.
go in your room.
Speed. I think speed is a. I think speed. I think Ruda Speed is a very good coach in know exactly on how to coach a Cavalier football team. But Tapa, I don't know. Tapa is like Tapa have a perfect assistant coach around him. I don't think he done enough.
So you're saying Speed is a better coach and Tapper
And I,
have coached Jamaica before. So if Tapper is not that good as Speed, why can't Speed do a job? If we as Jamaica fans are always a cry out for, we need to get someone that know the culture. Why can we give Speed the opportunity as someone that been around the block,
him I
someone that
forgot.
know? You get
Him I
what I'm saying? I'm not.
forgot. Him I
I'm,
forgot. Him I forgot. Resign from his position at the JFF.
No. We're just speaking hypothetically. When I say Speed, I gonna get the job. When I say
Yeah.
Speed to get the job, when I say that, we just say, oh, if Tapa have got the opportunity to coach Jamaica already, and we see what Speed been doing over all these years, in experience, in know ins and out of Jamaican football. Why can if we don't if this coach that we have right now have failed, don't bring us to the World Cup, or even if we bring us to the World Cup, I don't think Jamaica will want to go forward from after the World Cup. I just don't see Jamaica going forward with this coach. Why can't we
Yeah.
get someone that will be comfortable with and know the football system? I'm not saying Speed is good
Yeah.
enough.
I get
You
what
get
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying?
I get
We
what
know
you're
how people
saying.
kill me in the comment and say, yo, we are talking about Speed to get job. I'm not saying Speed to get the job, but I'm saying that why don't we believe in our own coaches? You get me? I feel like Speed, I did do enough, can at least trust him with the job. But yeah.
I just think you see when it come on to football education, football rules and laws, Rural Speed is top of that more than any other coach locally will have. You know, I
Mm.
just think that people just look. I think people just look at speed. Remember, when we are grew up and I compete against speed, Cavalier, youth teams, we never beat speed before. Never.
Yeah.
And
Where
from there,
says
we
where
know.
says Tapa never been Speed before?
Um, I don't
Never?
think that. I don't think that ever beat speed before. If it happened, it probably once, but I just can't. Oh yeah, they beat them in the final. I think they beat them in the final. 2 years ago, they beat them in the final. I think. Yeah, I
Mm.
think like that. Yeah, I think they beat them in the final, but not much. But I think like locally with the coaches, you know, in the Jamaican Premier League, I think speed is a cutting edge above the rest. If you ask me, but talking about study the game, I listen to him talk. Him talk about coming up against opposition team, how he do his research, how he look at different players, how he can exploit that team in the weakness, the strength. You look at everything, and then when he speak on football, what coaches do overseas, Daniel. I think Roda Speed done the exact same thing. Do you understand? You have done the exact same thing. So I just think that no, Speed is probably the better coach. And if you ask Speed and Tapa, you don't think Tapa get the job because he was a legend of the Reggae Boy team?
Yes, I think Tapa, the time when Tapa did get the coach, I think it was the right time. I don't think we did have anybody else to give the job. And let's be real, what Jamaica was trying to pay any top coach at that time never was gonna work. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I think that Tapa got the job where it's like circum requirements. You get what I'm saying? And he was
yeah,
just lucky. He was just lucky at that moment to get the job. You get what I'm saying? The money that Tapa was gonna, let's be real. If me and you get half of Jamaica right now and them say, so you're paying that thing, you think we're not gonna take the job? And
yeah, we're
you're a
definitely
country
gonna
that you want to
yeah,
make history for your country. You get what I'm saying? Anybody that watching the live right now, we don't know nothing about football. We don't know nothing about football at that level for coach a Jamaica team. But if the opportunity come, we will take the job. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I think that Tapa was just at the right moment, right time. We don't know why the reason why Speed can't get the job, but yeah.
1 sec. So we're going to jump in the comment section and we're going to have our say and what's the comment section is saying. Don't want to bypass the people them. So Daniel, this was the first.
I'm not gonna cut you, but I know you say you're gonna read the comments. I see someone say something about DJ. I don't know who is that.
Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson.
Daniel
Johnson and Jay Grace is the team will play tomorrow. I think.
In the Turkish league.
They in the same division where CFAS was, so they're playing in a playoff to get into the Turkish Super League.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, someone talk about the coach if Guatemala, and that's what I'm looking for. So he said, you know, Jermaine Blake said if the coach lose to Guatemala in the World Cup qualifier and don't make it out the Gold Cup group, should him be sacked? And that is something I think it's going to be a vital moment if we don't manage to get out of the Gold Cup group.
Of course, he should even come back on the island. You get what I'm saying? We should even ship him all and close back to where him live. You get what I'm saying? That's disappointed. Yeah, we have to be ruthless. You get what I'm saying? I think Jamaica should be one of the. How many teams going to the World Cup? Take away USA, Canada, Mexico. How many spots in the CONCACAF Cup right now currently?
I think it's the top. I think it's a top 3 automatically qualify, and then like another spot go to playoff.
I think if Jamaica don't make it in the top 3, that's a disappointment. We should not be in no playoffs. You get what I'm saying? Mexico, Canada, USA is not there. Are we still gonna be struggling? Come on, people. You get what I'm saying? We should be in the top. We should be in the top 3. I'm not saying we should be 1. I know should be 3, but we should at least be 3rd. You get what I'm saying? So the coach.
So y'all could, you know, have your say. You know, you can jump and have your say whatever you want to touch on. The top business if top you know got the Jamaica job not on merit, but because he's a legend of the Jamaican football team. But yeah, I think Guatemala coach. I think not Guatemala, El Salvador coach got sacked because he didn't make it to the Gold Cup, and they brought him in to the national team to bring them to the World Cup. Look at that, El Salvador coach, lose his job because the team never make it to the Gold Cup, but he brought in to qualify the team for the World Cup. So that's just crazy. And what me have to say is that I don't know if you want to say it, man, but Steve McCartney was supposed to get back a plane ticket for go back to England if he don't come out of the Gold Cup group. that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how I see it. You understand? But someone said, Bundesliga is getting more TV money. I think I saw something like that where the Bundesliga, the TV money will increase 15% more next season. So that's crazy. I think we talk about DJ as well. J Ross, Rani M90 Bell should look for a new club. Definitely, I think like the games that coming up in England, a man like Bell who have no club will be showcasing his talent. Show coaches around England that look he still can compete at the highest level. Don't want to see Amar Bell in League One football next season. I want to see him sign for a championship team. When I say Flame is not ready, Ravel is class. Look, I'm trying to get through, as much as some of these comments I want to get through as it selection. So, all right. So get Show Curtain, forward in and give him say.
Show Curtain. How can I name that, my youth boy? Show Curtain. How can I name that?
Yo, bless up.
Bless up.
Yeah, have your same about it.
So the YouTuber them giving a name then still.
Eh?
They want to join the program then when them just did come about.
Just
did started for the World Cup qualifier. So we have a look at curtain on my background. Yeah, so the man look for it, the man say, brother, what that curtain look like I didn't show you there, call or so what.
Yeah.
Yeah, so them just start coming short.
So I see you have your say. We see we comment on your comment where you talk about the Ravel.
Can the audience hear? Because
yeah, man. I think they're hearing properly, man. I
Okay.
think them again properly. So go through. Have your say, show a curtain, boss.
Yeah, Ravel.
No, I mean like anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can have your
As
say.
that's
You
about
got
the Ravel, as that's about the Ravel parts, Ravel a class, isn't it?
yeah,
We can't take that for now. We just can't fathom as to why, He
yeah,
never get selected at least in the 60-man squad. The
yeah.
coach just contradict himself. Reasonings as to why Ravel at the end of the team. So
We
that
just we did I got touch on that in like probably 15 minutes. You know what I
yeah, man.
mean?
When you reach it, if
Yeah,
me still on
yeah.
or something.
But what you think though about the coach and his potential of not getting into the knockout run of the Gold Cup?
Honestly speaking, me again, my honest. I think him get a good base to start with based on the defensive structure where Algrim say left game.
Mm-hmm.
Me not really see the improvements we make to it.
Yeah,
Honestly speaking, me not really see the improvements. And at this point in time, bro, I think we really fear buckle on and I really time for test this no play again. You see me? I really time for you to buckle on and try get the team, for proper chemistry and all of that. So
yeah,
what you call it, I kind of skeptic. You see me?
yeah,
We are play as bad as how we used to say Grimo defensive. We never get them scored, bro. US could have never give it four and a Grimo governance. I swear.
yeah,
No, Grimo even go US with a weaker team. As a matter of fact, and could have win USA had it not been for Burks one goal. So we
yeah.
could
The
have
Corey
say
Burke one goal, yeah,
Grimo did really start with a defensive structure and did a try getting the pieces they may want, but obviously we get a in-house fight.
yeah,
So
yeah. I think he's just bigger than him.
yeah, they never did want to take programs, say man for left. But the coach, bro, the coach. I don't know, too much contradiction, too much something man say where just not adopt differently. You see
Yeah,
me? How we are play and the type of players them when
yeah.
say
Listen to the
one.
last press conference, right?
Eh?
Yeah, listen to the media. I think he did that media press conference with CONCACAF, and he said that he's learning about the Jamaican way and how to play. Remember, he came in and said he was whatever with FIFA, and he understand the Jamaica. We have so much quality and all that. You remember when he did that first press
Yeah
conference?
man, yeah man.
I know him says like him have to try to learn back over everything. So you have to say at first he never know nothing, but he might try fit it in. This man is
You
a
know,
genius.
Yeah, then it means say man him just him two say man move like a two-sided cutlass, like
Yeah.
two sharp side, like it
Rumba
kind of
talking.
puzzling. It kind of puzzling, and then we are play, bro. Like yo, even like Grima, bro. Saint Vincent them could have never look for even Jared, bro. Trinidad them. You understand what I say? And for really, I look for go forward and see the team just basically like it still not really move.
Yeah,
It's really mind boggling.
yeah,
You see me? Even this Unity Cup we have come up. Honestly speaking, I think him should have really try get all of the players and the main players in where him can get fit, for build some chemistry show the competition now. You see me?
yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
try to look pan, especially local
I
players
think
who don't
I
show them
think
up.
I think it's kind of tough still show a curtain and getting the right pieces that we want. You understand?
Yeah, no, me I say who can get, like
Yeah,
who
yeah. I
can
think
get.
it
I can
would have been
basically
really tough.
him have some A player and B team player night. You look for
Yeah, yeah.
Eden and
One thing I'm kind of glad though. I'm kind of glad that we kind of have like a good pool of players that we can say, all right, them player A team, player B team, just like US, them have a B team. Sometimes I bring come on the Gold Cup that we played last time on B/C. I think Turner was
yeah.
the only player that played in the Nations League that summer that played in that Gold Cup. So I think we can identify a quality, some not quality, but a good amount of players that you say, yeah, these are the players that we can go forward with. But still, more
Yeah,
pieces
I
need
just
to
that
implement.
over Greenwood and McLaren term, when we can say we see a more consistency in terms of selection.
Yeah,
You see a more consistency, but we never, for some reason, bro, we never can have the strongest squad yet. Somebody always depend some personal issue or some
yeah, I don't
injury.
know.
But can I remember of a time we have the strongest, like we literally strongest squad. I can't remember for time there. Can't remember of it. And that's really sad. When you look on the other teams in a CONCACAF, it's like, it no matter who them a play, bro. I could have sent Lucia them a play. Pulisic come play for US. They want to give US 12.
Yeah.
You know, watch a match before the World Cup qualifiers with Argentina when they run the local Caribbean tour there. And when them pop Guatemala, bro, it's like the man them Guatemala 50. And I'm like,
yeah.
Guatemala so much. Why when we
that game did play in the US, right?
Yeah, man. Them play US, no man.
That game did play in the US.
Yeah, in the US. And then they play we first, and then they play Guatemala.
Daniel, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the mentality of the players. You get what I'm saying? I think is it the commitment is there with these players? You know, because sometimes some man might look on Jamaica and say, "Charge Jamaica." You get what I'm saying? We don't need to go. You get what I'm saying? And someone like say for instance, if you call some certain other players and for Unity Cup, they probably don't want to come to play. But maybe if it's a Copa America, they're willing to commit to that because they know that they're gonna play against the US, the Brazil, Argentina. So it all depends on the mentality of the players and how they view Jamaica. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Because enough time I feel like enough of the money now really put 100% commitment to the team. So it all depends on the players them who we are called up to. And it all depends on the manager. Do they respect this guy? Again, do they see this guy? Do they see a future with this coach? Because I don't see a future with this coach. I think this coach just come around.
Smash and grab.
I think when I see a future with a coach, and I think that is the reason why, you know, in probably operate like him operate. As I always mention, his aim is to get the team to the World Cup.
And that's what I think. I think people might not want to hear this, but I think he's an opportunist.
Yeah, man. But I've been saying this because me's more a tactical man. I like tactics, you know. When I watch game, observe tactics. Me really a tactical man. I like to watch the team what them tactically set up. And I've been saying this for the longest while for every program with on. It no matter which player we get, it no matter which big player we get, which midfielder we get, if we not apply the rudiments, to the game, bro, we are always get beaten by the big teams. Them. See? Say that to say this. Our mentality towards the football, and this is just, we know we need a midfield. We know we need proper midfielders still.
Yeah.
Get me? But me I say even before even we reach this, so we have a whole heap of things that we have to fix, bro, before we can start beating the team. Because currently we have in our team with the quality we have, we're supposed to easily beat some team, bro. Even St. Vincent, them like, with the quality we have, you get a message, the individual brilliance we have, we're supposed to beat them team if we apply the rudiments to the game, bro. But we not apply that. And me, a whole heap of people are ball for midfielders, and yeah, I myself too think we need better midfielders, bro. But honestly speaking, we poor up on certain things. All right. So we go one, mentality poor, bro. It's like, you know, when mentality, we just talk about the mentality thing, bro. It's like our box some team is like some prima donna thing, bro. Like, sure, at Trinidad, at St. Vincent, like, and the effort that we really want to see from the team, you know, the fighting spirit. When we look and watch the Mexicos and the Panamas, bro, the Costa Ricas, the fight with the man them having at them, bro, for win, bro. When you see the mentality there in the team, that is one. So look at after ball movements, bro. It's two. We play too slow, we move the ball too slow and get team argued. Bro, there are so many matches I'm watch, brother. Where if we just move the ball a bit faster, we could have win only more match and counter only more player because we have the individual talents, bro. But we just lack the rudiments, bro. With spatial awareness, bro. I say one man a press all three Jamaican man, bro, and take out the ball for him. Like, bro, how does that happen, bro? With players where you say, yo, they are the top, you know, then at the English league, or how does that happen, bro? I say US have one man a press all three man and them lose the ball, and I'm like, three man can't move the ball fast around one man and get the ball forward, bro. Like them look a thing there. We need to really improve on that, no matter which player we get, bro.
Yeah. I can say this. Everton, you know, David Moyes walked through the door, and one of the first things really highlight that Everton have that midfield, like when he was, you know, in his first era, his first tenure at the club. And what he done is that he played to Everton's strength. You know that Everton have very good wingers like to get the ball inside the box, and he played to that. and he push Dokur further up more like a second striker and actually like bypass that midfield where the ball, will play more in the midfield. No, the ball play more on the width, on the wing. You understand? So if coaches can identify and realize that, lack of midfield quality in the middle, what's next for the Reggae Boys? We're strong, we're fast, we're athletic, we have speed wingers, we have Demarger, we have Gray, we have Bailey, we have Cephas, we have Norman Campbell. So, so we have a lot of high quality players that have speed, and we not play to that.
Yeah, definitely, bro. It's like we don't know. It's like the only time we really see like we look like really that go somewhere is when Paula led up the team. When Ravel played at 10 day and Bailey on the left hand.
I work up qualifier that never that last term.
Bro. Yeah. But I mean, look literally when Paula take over the team, like at the best me ever see we look in terms of our attack.
Yeah.
I mean the defense it's still but at the best we ever look. People remember when Mexico did come on Jamaica, we should have beat them, bro. I did not been for Alpha spoil, bro.
Definitely.
Beat Mexico and beat Mexico with 10 man because Mexico shock,
Definitely.
Mexico shock with that formation they will come out with and we are playing now the ball and move, we are attack, bro.
Definitely.
I haven't seen that style of attack, bro, from Paul
so,
that
time. I know we kind of a little bit away from the Gold Cup, but Ara said, should we go after the Gold Cup? I think, look, we should go after everything that's in front of us. We should try to win the Unity Cup. We should try to win, the 2 games coming up in the World Cup qualifier. And when we get to the Gold Cup, we should win that as well. You should go after it. What do you think, Daniel?
I think in the Gold Cup, I think I'm more want to see us go for the Gold Cup because I feel like that's something that we've been missing out over the past couple of years. You get what I'm saying? Especially if it wasn't for that damn Corey Burke own goal, I think that we could have make a push for it because I think
that was the Nations League.
A Nations League?
Yeah, that was the Nations League. Yeah,
man, the Nations League semi-final, I think.
Nations League semi-final.
Nations League.
Yeah,
okay. Sometimes they are you forget which one and which one. But end of the day, I think the Gold Cup should be the push. I think we should have. I think otherwise, I don't know of any top player that we want to be amongst the team. I don't know if none of them is injured. I don't know if none of them is having any after-field issues. So I think that the squad should be strong around that time. And we should make a push. I think the Unity Cup is just an experiment. I don't think nothing. I don't.
Yeah. But I mean, whatever opinion we want to win it as well. That would bring moral boosts.
Yes, and I do think that Mexico is back on the up. I'm not sure about the US. I think Pochettino. I don't rate Pochettino as a team.
That's
but I think the Mexico. Talk about. Yeah, and then the Canada is a ups and down with them, but Jesse Marge is a brilliant coach. But I think that it's there to win. I just think that we just need, as well as Shocker and say, I just feel like every time whenever a tournament come around, we just don't have all our players available. You get what I'm saying? Like the defense, one man injured. You get what I'm saying? One of the star man in the midfield is not available. So I just feel like I just can't think of no other player that is not going to be available for this summer unless them just do not want to come. You get what I'm saying? So we shouldn't. I think it's time now for us to start making a push. You get what I'm saying? But I think this Gold Cup for me should be the one where we really can say, yo, let's try win it. You get what I'm saying?
But show a curtain. The midfield are our problem, right? But Panama have a very good midfield. I think they have one of the best midfield in CONCACAF. But their team done so well since this manager came in. But they don't have a prolific goal scorer. But they play to their strength. That's another example as well. They don't have a prolific goal scorer, but they get goals.
But you see the thing with Panama, we have to understand that team have basically been together for a long while, It's like whenever them been together for so long, and whenever they might add players like to the system, it's like it's a gradual progression. You can ask 4 or 5 players. They might see a 1 or a 2, because even the keeper them have now, he wasn't the first choice keeper, was another keeper before him, So them gradually integrate him and then realize they might perform better and start use him.
They've been to the last World Cup and the World Cup before.
Yeah, man, they've been to the one.
Is it Russia?
Was it Russia?
Russia, right? I think it was.
They've been to a recent.
They've been to Arabia, man. I think
They went to start.
they were at Saudi Arabia.
I think it was Costa Rica. It was Costa Rica.
Qatar, you
Yeah, it
mean
was Costa
Qatar?
Rica. Yeah,
But it was
Costa
in
Rica
Russia.
was in
They was in
Spain.
Russia.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was in Russia. They went to Russia.
There was
Russia
that
was
stuff.
2018 man.
Yeah, 2018.
2018.
They went
2018.
to Russia.
Yeah,
They went to
yeah,
Russia.
Russia. They were embarrassing in that competition.
But then it was the all guards. No, they change over, and you
Yeah,
probably
them have
could
a mix
say,
now. Them still have
yeah,
Gadai them and Kakaraski like then that team too. So them still have a
yeah,
mixture, but I think them add some. But I think the core of the team still have the core of the team, and them been playing together World Cups and Nations
yeah,
League over Nations League. So I think and them have a system to them. Them tactically sound and technically sound and have a system. You see how them play. You obviously see them been improving over the past 2 years. Them really
yeah,
step up them
yeah,
thing and them give Mexico. Had it not been for that handled ball in the box, I think Mexico would have really get a run for them money in the final.
yeah. And if
Yeah.
you look at it, their last quarter that they played in the Nations League, they had over 17 players that apply them trade in the Americas region. Me, when I say that, like Central America, MLS,
Yeah.
South America, they have played in Bolivia, in Chile, in I think Colombia. Do you understand? They just recently have a player that I think there's a player that played in the Champions League. I don't remember if it's Blackman, but they had a player that recently played in the Champions League. They have another player, I think Cordoba played for Norwich. So they don't really have players that playing in leagues of where we're at. The midfielder that is playing with Gadai and Carrasquilla Martinez, I think he's playing in Israel. I think he's playing I think he's playing in Israel. I think Israel or Greece, one of them leagues. You understand? So they don't have the big name players out there, but as you said, the togetherness, the coach is a tactician.
And have a system.
And have a system.
Yeah, man, have a system.
You understand? But you touch on something that this team, the Panama team, been gelling for the last couple of years. But what you say about our team? A lot of them gonna play in the World Cup 2021.
All right. So you have to look on a whole heap of things. First, you have to look on systems. Most of them players Panama have a system from the youth team come right up. I think right now them at the under 17 World Cup too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Under 17 World Cup. So them have a system from the youth. From all of the top team have a youth system coming up. If you look on Canada too, most of them players, the Davids, the rest of you check them, most of them, the Buchanans, them are come through them youth system. You check America team, you see the same thing too with the Pulisic, the McKenna, the whole of them are come through the system. Yeah. You check Mexico, and you see them have a system. No matter which coach them have, the coach basically have to work on the system with them have and work with that. It no matter who come to Panama, no matter who go to US, basically them have a structure, them are working and then them add and tweak it based on for them playing style. But always the same basic system with them have coming up. When you look at Jamaica, you have a different under 17. The next year you have a different under 17. You have a different under 20. You have a different under 23. And then there's always conflicts. So, and then we don't have a system. You understand? Because right now Lanes will play for Mexico. He playing at the same under 20 competition with Maggie playing.
With Maggie them, yeah.
He would play against Maggie.
Yeah. That was when Jeremy was coach, right? Was it Jeremy?
Yeah, when Jeremy was coach, them almost qualified, but them just missed out on goal difference. Yeah, so when you look on each of them team, despite what you want to say, them have a system, and you can see them tactically aware, them tactically sound and technically sound as compared to our youths, some just have raw talent.
Yeah.
Right? And then now, when you look on the youth system and the progression coming up, bro, you can count on the team like the body will come through the youth system. So there's always different players, then different coach are coming and them never stay long yet. So no coach really getting the time for really. I mean, Tapa get the longest Tapa, but Tapa get
so
the
much,
longest.
yeah, so much term, different terms.
As assistant, as coach, he get the longest. But I think he just never did that work with Tapa because again, I don't think them respect Tapa that much. And me say Tapa did that try because but I think me Tapa have a bad record, with the local guys them. But it could go so much and then no much more because the game keep evolving, bro. You see me? That team they were Tapa play with local players. The football evolved past that. You follow me? Right now.
Was it 2017 he brought us to the World Cup?
I think 2017, I think Schaefer brought us 2015 and
2015, yeah.
yeah, and then
Tapa,
him come
20.
in and I try prove a point so he can use the local players.
And he
Them
did
fit,
it.
you know. Yeah,
He
him
did
do
it.
it. But football
Yeah.
evolved past that and then we keep changing coach and then keep changing coach. And then we see where Grimo did really come farm that base to everything when him say it work, he keep improving on the defense each time. When him
Yeah.
talk about something, you see the improvements in the defense. See, but what was the problem with Grimo now was that but you know, Grimo never like half of that makeshift thing with midfielders, bro. But then if you're afraid to really try the natural midfielders, them and so
Yeah.
work for much
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
And that the kind of mash up. I think when me Lati for a while because you know enough people did a call for you know for Lati come out of the team.
Come out of the
But,
midfield, yeah.
yeah, but that was basically because how Grimo did really use him this and a really natural position. So it
Yeah.
did kind of the experiment where Grimoire tried us that did really get the people them frustrated of him not trying to get natural players. But then him never get the support, so we can't beat him. So it was always a change and he always a look and play and it's never a buckle long time. In the last World Cup we do the same thing. The World Cup before that, World Cup qualifiers before that, we do the same thing. A test players and conflict. The last one we think the conflict them almost solved and then we have a next conflict with overseas versus local. And then the volleyball overseas players come in. Remember one time when Tapa go over Mexico go play with basically theme team we want, and then Paula they are Jamaica with the next
With
team.
a different squad.
Yeah, with a different squad. And then Tapa try to prove a point, and we saw what Panama do. And then it was always a test. And then we are coming on our next World Cup qualifier season again. And we kind of see the same thing like it one. For replay again, we still a test player like we still. Bro, I'm worried, bro.
Yeah.
And that's but when you say that because we chop and change and then we got Europe go get the players them to come in and play for Jamaica, and when you look on the other nations them where you just call out the Mexico, the USA, the Canada, they have a system.
Yeah,
I think that the overseas players them kind of kill the system, you know, because the players them that we supposed to build onto and bring it into the setup. Yeah, you can't do that because whenever you bring the overseas players, them are going to get the game, them are going to get the opportunity to play.
But look on it that way. Look on it that way. Look on it from a logical perspective in terms of football and Jamaica. We know the system, we know it's there. We know so we don't have a program right now and them are ball about money. So at this point in time, we kind of understand as to why we want the best. I mean, every country want the best player to represent them, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we don't have a youth program, so we have to try to get the best player them to get it to as far as possible. We can go in every one of the competition them, so we can get in a money there, and then try to build a system for that because they never have money. They not have money for fund this. They not have money for fund that. They never have money. Now that World Cup qualifiers they near you now, right? Now that World Cup qualifiers they near you now, and then the Adidas sponsor come on. We want the best players them right now possible where we can get. To try to get it to as far as we can possibly go. Get it to the World Cup, get it to probably World Cup finals and get some more money. So that's no, them not have the excuse. You understand we can build.
But
and then
what if you fail?
Yeah.
Well, we just right now, I don't think
nobody even sit. I mean, I think nobody in the JFF even think about that part there. What if we fail with these overseas plan and strategy what we are going with?
No, you see the thing. No, you have to look for what we have. All right. You see when Grimo did there, because we have to look on it from a wholesome perspective. As we have said, we don't see what going with the quota system already. I will not have the youth continuity, the youth program, the continuity. We not have that right now, basically. See? When Grimo did there, for the 10 year when Grimo did there, and January was a youth coach. Mr. January did I try build with some youth, I try have a mixture, the best squad, and then me kind of see a progression like he want to have a youth squad where he can actually build through matriculate to the big team. But then you see the conflict with the under 21, with the under 20. He might try getting players where he think can get the under 20 team to that point there, and then you see what going on. JFF wasn't having it. So you see the whole problem there. So it's like there's always that in-house problem for it's just sad because no matter the player come from overseas right now in the team now basically what we have, right? We have some young players are coming in now, which is good. See, when you look on the Tyrese Campbell, the Brandon cover.
I think this is the best of some young players coming through.
The mother sells them, we will see.
Yeah.
Basically, you have the Dixon on the outside, the Anderson, Lemby, young too. So it's kind of good to have that mixture of young youth there.
Yeah.
But then we have some promising talents down here with me personally think.
Give me three of them.
Yeah,
Outside, give me three of them outside of Warner.
Outside of Warner?
Yeah, three of them.
In terms of young youth, when me think promising.
Yeah, who's in the JPL?
Rabino, me that's a Rabino Garden.
Yeah, that's that one.
Ainsworth.
Yeah, that solid two player.
Rabino Garden. Some young youth. Them not jump on the top of my head, but Rabino Garden for sure. And
no, them two players are solid player. I think
but
if you can ask me, them players can get into the team.
Yeah, but the point to me I make is that I'm sure we have some talents and some young talents, so we can actually start get together, like start have them together and keep them together and keep them growing and keep adding to it. So we have a pool basically of young talents and we keep track of them, so them can matriculate up, under 17, under 15 to the under 17 to the under 20, and then start watch them progress.
Yeah, you remember 2012, the London Olympic when Mexico beat Brazil. The Giovanni Dos Santos I think it was that team beat Neymar them in that Olympic. You know how many of those players that were in that squad and play youth work up together? It was more than 3/4 of them getting to the Mexico senior team at one point in the future.
Definitely.
We qualify for U17. That was what our last youth World Cup went to 2011 in Mexico. With Zelano Barnes, Omar Holness and that team.
Alvas
Powell. You understand? How many of those players managed to get into Schaefer team when he came as a youngster? Not many of them. Where that team went?
Alvas got in young. Remember when Alvas come in young?
Yeah, but Alvas was just one of the many.
One of many.
You understand? So we not have that. I think I always tell people one of the main reasons why Honduras fall really heavy on them face is that what they used to do, because I think they had one of the best youth system in Central America at one point. They didn't miss no youth World Cup at one point. When it comes to youth 17 or youth 20, they always be there. But for some reason, them just not get into youth World Cup anymore. Like one time, they stop develop youth players. Them stop integrate the togetherness in the youth system to get into World Cup. Yeah, so I think that's where it started. And Costa Rica, this young Costa Rica team, before they came, to the Copa America, last year, and Gustavo Alfaro, before he left to manage Paraguay, they were micromanage those players locally and start to ship players out one by one. They had a very good player, Martinez. He is amongst that as well. He kind of lost him a little bit in Belgium. No, he's at New York FC team in MLS, scoring goals left, right, and center. So they have someone who run out Chamanicos no time team, a Sparta. You understand? So they have a very good young team that's coming through. Where is the football for our national team when it comes on to U17, U20 international break? None.
Yeah, we're far behind. That's why I'm not really a focus on that now. We really are focused on us getting to the World Cup and going as far as possible in all of the competition. Only we can go win World Cup, but it's far-fetched based on how we are playing now. We still at a cut and pace. And we see the Panamas them step up them thing and the so it's kind of rough really, far-fetched really, but based on quality, I don't think we're far off on quality, it's just how we are playing. I'm gonna think we're gonna build a playing momentum there in other World Cup. Start this game. I think we're gonna build because we are at now if Baker have in paper, then basically him gonna be a disher. We don't know that I will look. We have to see it over the World Cup qualifiers then. So
shower curtain. I have a question for Daniel because this is something that we always talk about. What happened in the Copa America, with Jesse Marsh? He got appointed like a couple months before the tournament started. He played Netherlands and he played France. And right after he came into a zone with Argentina, Chile, and Peru, was that right?
Yeah, man. And, Peru, I think, yeah.
I think Chile, Peru, Argentina, and with 3 South American teams as the only CONCACAF team, and nobody expect Panama to get out of that zone. Nobody, how we cannot get that process right? I know Jesse March is a very good manager one-on-one, someone that studied the football. I know he's a higher quality than what we normally hire, but you think that was the job that Steve McCurran was going to do when he got appointed in the summer after Grimmy? Daniel.
Oh, Daniel, good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I wasn't excited for Steve McCurran signing. I know Steve McCurran over the years. He's been around the Premier League, so, and I think he passed it. You know what I'm saying? I never feel like he was the one that was gonna able to bring this team together. Give him the chance. At the end of the day, I have to give the coach a chance to see where he come. People saying that they see a difference. Honestly, I don't see any difference in the Jamaican football. You get what I'm saying? We struggle to score. I think the only difference we struggle to score goal now. You get me? At least, no, seriously. At least
we actually play attacking football.
No, but at least with Anquinson, we used to can defend good. You get what I'm saying? We used to shut up shop. We never used to concede a lot of goals. You get what I'm saying? So with him, the only really difference, you might keep the ball a little bit, but there's no cutting edge. There's no going forward fast enough. And I don't think Jamaica play that type of football. I think we're very direct football, but I wasn't excited with this appointment. But end of the day, I think that my expectation is more like rely more on the players and their individual brilliance, not really the coach.
You want to take a piece of that shower curtain?
Yeah, my as I say, is a whole someone in the brother. Look on the bigger picture, listen, brother, when I reach to say it, I just say it already, I'm gonna say it again. It no matter which player we get, until we step up to modern day football, we will look like crap. If we get Messi Green tomorrow, we get Messi, we will look like crap.
So you believe it's a system?
Not just the system, but we play, brother. We play like we not sense. All right. May I give you an example of what I say now? See? We say so, and we are playing against US. Because some basics, I just point out three, and then we leave it. Some basic things. This different from who midfield who know why, Because I'm not finish. I talk about other things, and I say we still lack on. See? I say we have USA 1 down, 1-0, I think. In the 90, 80th minute, right?
Yeah.
And bro, I say my striker them get the ball, bro. And it's like the man them just quick for you try run same way instead of you try run to the line and kill off the game. Like I see Andre Blake get the ball and when Andre Blake get the ball, it's like him just quick for throw the ball instead of waste some time and throw team off. Look at some of them, look at simple some of them. Throw team off and get them off them game. See me different I get the ball and him not see no pass up front, him not see no body up front and him still a kick it long. They may say and they will lose it and then the attack just come back at me. Instead of what if you try to keep the ball, go to the line and try to keep it as much as possible he can before him kick it out. Follow me? And as him get the ball, him just kick it out. So and I give back the team a chance to attack with bro. Them look a common sense thing that you kill out game. We don't have that. That's a one. Spatial away, the brother too much prima than a ball upon the team. Where them not run hard enough, like we look unfit, bro. Where you look upon the other team, them, bro. And this time not for do it midfield. This time not for do it midfield. What we need. But me talk about things where if we are do them something, bro, me I tell you right now, we can beat some of them big team, but we not do them thing. Oh, we players them move on the field, but we move lazy. Half the ball moving, they're moving in space. The man wait for the ball come to him. A man stand up on the defender like no movement, none of that, bro. That needs to improve. 3, with spatial awareness, tactical awareness, bro. We're not tactically aware, as me I tell you, bro. A man says, so boom, we get the ball. Give an example. We get the ball, bro. Then 3 play have the ball for move on. 1 man a press you. And the 3 man them turn full. Like, bro, come on, them simple ball sense. Now, we are talking about some big players, bro. We are talking about some man, we are talking about some local JPL man, we are saying, no, we are talking about some big man. Bro, what the other team, and some smaller team than we, brother, I play like them more tactically sound and technically sound. Messi Vincent will play what they are, bro. I kid you not, bro. Me I watch a game as a buyer, bro, and I kid you not. If them players, they have better players. If that St. Vincent have better players, bro. We in trouble. And in the last few minutes, the man basically give up or score the last 2 goals, bro. Like, bro, And Warner Brown individual brilliance really. We not move the ball around like a
I
big
think
team.
the early goal in that game
Yeah,
kind of
damn
killed the
them thing,
game
bro.
for St. Vincent. Yeah, I think that early goal kind
You
of get
follow
us
me,
the
bro.
game.
Like, bro, we still there backyard football, bro. We see, we get the ball, we move the ball so slow. When we have time for counter team, do we move the ball slow, bro? By the time we reach the half line, the man them done then at them position. Like, bro, you can't counter the team, so no matter how you're fast. You remember, say you have fast defenders and all too. And I like one time when you just have fast forward, and the defender them slow. But the defender can't keep up to you now. So the faster you can counter a team with your fast player, the better it is, bro. That is how we nearly get the goal with CFAS against USA. If you remember that match, when you counter them fast and kick the ball long there and CFAS run left arm, run left the defender them and basically we kick the ball in we kick the ball in a my boy.
I think it was the Colorado goalkeeper.
Bro,
Was it
we
Matt
play
Turner?
too slow, bro.
Yeah.
No, man, it was my boy I wanna keep, man. I didn't big keeper I keep, man. I basically
Matt
big
Turner?
team that play. Yeah, man, I turn that play, man.
Yeah,
Bro, so we play too slow with spatial awareness to look unfit. Zane, bro, we look unfit with spatial awareness. Or move the ball around, bro. Too slow, bro. Way too slow, bro. And we can do better than that. And this is just before the midfield. So if we don't improve that, bro, it no matter who we get, bro, we are still look like we are nobody.
You know, Daniel, the Ravel situation, you know, the hypocrisy of the coach, you know, of saying that when, you know, what we saw about the video and other people publish it, he must say another thing. You understand, for not getting that player in. I think just things like them, they kind of mash up football. You understand, and mash up the team.
Yeah.
You understand? You have a problem with standard of players of playing in different leagues.
No, I think no, I don't have a standard of playing. I think that I think we Jamaican we always diss up the JPL. You know, we I said JPL not ready. You get what I'm saying? And if you think about it, we always have a 1 and 2 player that come out of the league and their quality. You know, you think about King. You know, what's his name that played for Arnett Garden, that striker, that
Warner Brown.
Warner Brown. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think you watch. I think if you watch overseas and see some players, that some of them not even a player. You get what I'm saying? They're free agent, and the national team still able to call them up because they know the quality of the player and they keep themselves into good shape and they're professional. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I think we Jamaican, we just once we see the player play, we don't want him to come play for the team at all. You get what I'm saying? We don't think that he's a good fit for the team, but I think Morrison is he's been around the block. He know how to bring himself. He know what to do. I think, as we've been saying, him is something different from what we've been getting in the past couple of matches. I think I like how he's a more like a, I would say he's a natural number 10. Someone for I fair pass. I think we lack that. I think we have two straightforward midfielders.
We're not a risk taker. We don't have someone that can take risk with the football.
Yeah, perfect word. Someone there, but I don't have a problem where he's playing. You get me? You able to show me the facility where he's playing, and it's still a good level. You get what I'm saying? I mean, let's be real. If we're gonna be rootless and say that league probably better than Jamaica league, if we be honest, and we have man playing in Jamaica league in the setup. You get what I'm saying? So we can't look on Film League and say your Film League not ready. You get me? But the coach is a hypocrite, as you say. The coach is a hypocrite.
Yeah, sure, Curtin. How can Sule Makala get a call up over Ravel in a national team? How is that possible?
But they want to start from scratch, you know, guys. If we start from scratch, Ravel am my player.
How is that possible?
Ravel am my player, and tell you the truth, it's mind-boggling, bro. It's crazy, and obviously, as me I said, the coach right now make me really think, and it's not because of the Ravel situation, but just how he operate.
Yeah.
Him claim for one for bring off a professional aura, but it's obvious says that is a two-sword, is a two-edged sword, man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because on one hand, he must say the JPL man them not ready, right?
Yeah.
And he want the best of the best, and they want go out for look the best
Mhm.
of the best. We don't have a problem if you want to add JPL man, because it's not, you know, you never have a
But not
problem.
Makala. Not Makala. I mean, I have a
But
problem with
when
Makala, but
no,
me just
no, me not have a problem with Makala. And it's not a problem with Makala. But when me have a problem with is when me look on the team, my eye test no fail me, see? Me look on the team, me know quality, me know class, me see what the team really want. You understand me? I say, I mean, I'm not the core, but so much person, you understand me? I say,
yeah.
not have bad eye if you say Ravel a quality, bro. We see that. I will see the team now have that, see? Now, it don't matter who you want to pick for the JPL and who they want to push. But if quality there, bro, you want quality, you say you want the best. You say you like creative players like McGee and Ravel. You understand? And then now you know you just contradict yourself. At first you say you want the man. You say no matter the league when asked about Ravel first, right? First Ravel needed to get a club, then Ravel get a club. You were asked about the league. You say it doesn't matter the league, right? Then you say you know, yeah, some of you said that.
No, me not gonna say. I wonder if C. Macarena played on Jamaica intelligence. You think him? I won't think so.
Like him think him slick. Or maybe he might get some cokes in or something, right? And then now, when you reach some now to a stage, you know, where the man a play, you know, when the man a play, you know, you're going to say, boy, it no matter the league, right?
Yeah.
Then you say you don't see enough of him, right? Then
Yeah.
then you reach one point, you know, where you say, all right, then you can't see nothing of the man. Like, bro, you just keep. You see me? And then on top of that, for make matters worse, all right, let's say you can't see him and you look on who they pan farm. Let's say you say the JPL is better than the league where I'm playing. You can't see nothing
Yeah.
of him, right? But you say the man of class, so you know what the man can bring to your team. You saw to your modes players like these alike, right?
All right.
Still
Hold on
choose-
the short curtain. Hold on
Yeah.
there. Hold on there. So him say him can't see it, right? So if you
Yeah.
can't see it as an international player, talk to the JFF. Make them fly go over there for a 2 week. I gonna make a little tour and see him facility. Then look on the league. That's what you're there for. Yo, bro, you know what the man I do? Sit on him yard in England and I go on White Scout and I try look that
But
alone
hold
not
on,
gonna work, brother.
you know, see the worst I did because when I reach the worst I did.
Yeah.
To show you say obviously that brother, yeah, bro. No, when I advocate for Ravel, I don't know if Ravel le on farm, I'm not say Ravel for come start in the game. I not advocate for Ravel to come start in the game and get no full game. But if I even want 20 minutes, I want 30 minutes. We know say my class and we ask him get some fitness. He might play, you know, whether the league big or not, or we want to think of the league, right? We know say Ravel is class. I will know say my play say must have a level of fitness. If it's even 15 minutes where he can give it because he brings something different to the team, right?
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
Minister, none of the JPL player them. None of the JPL player them no good like him. But I want to say the league better than Ravel League. None of the JPL player them. None of the man them that will midfield right now is not technically sound like him and want the ball like him. The man, as a matter of fact, the whole of the midfielder them feel the ball. All year then. Come here watch him. Here then they really want the ball. It come like hot patty. None of the midfielder them they really want the ball, right?
Yeah.
So you say the man of class, so you say you know what the man can bring, and then here this I know. The man out here 60-man squad, bro. Come on, bro. You say you can't see him, so you can't add him to your thing. Then here we there now. We have a league, you know, where you say out your mouth, so this league, you know, is just to see some player. Why not fly him in and see him level of fitness and swim can offer?
Exactly.
Make him come flap himself.
The Unity Cup.
Yeah. Why not fly the man? You can't see him. And the Unity Cup, you know, important. And fly the man with the man.
I remember him say him calling Ravel for the US game because he wants to get him some game time and see where him fitness is at and see where him headspace is at. Saying bring him in.
And then at that time too. Game. But not only that. But not only that, at that time when he bring in Ravel really never really perform. Ravel just got the league. And the league, you know, you not see none about Ravel, but they still call him then for an important match. And now him can't make a 60-man squad at a Unity Cup. Then for make matters worse, brother, for rub salt in your wound, bro. You pick a 60-man squad. Then for the Unity Cup, you pick a man for look pan outside of your 60-man squad. Which says to me that you know none of the man in your 60-man squad where the other man them where you think possibly can
right. I think everybody would have in the 60-man squad would have probably him that pick from that for the Unity Cup.
Come on, bro. It's just
You know,
It's
same
just crazy.
undermine our journalism.
Yeah,
Work
man.
in Jamaica. He
It's
undermine
just
him.
crazy, brother.
Him think as
But
a
it must
Daniel say, him just think that
surely
fool.
pick up.
You know, Tim, you know, hear me just say. You know, hear me say. I think you know, hear me just say. I wonder if Steve McCann is playing on Jamaica intelligence.
Yeah,
You
man.
get
I
what I'm
think
saying?
that
Oh,
man.
I look at Jamaica. Them not gonna ask me about them type of question. Them not gonna really question anything. You get what I'm saying? But bro, we are watch football long enough to know so yo what our coach to bring himself and what you're gonna say. You get what I'm saying? So I think him just I think this coach is just on a vacation
Yeah,
journey. You get
definitely.
what I honestly think he just done a job. What's the best country to go spend your retirement and even get to go on a World Cup? You get and I hear you say something short now. When you say about you watch a coach or him set up him team and or him dip on the sideline. I'm not convinced with this guy on the sideline, you know. Him just
Definitely
dead
not,
there.
bro.
I'm sorry. I like my coach to be very interact with the team on the sideline and coaching the team.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying? I just don't, does he have the energy? Does he have the desire to out there? I don't think.
Definitely, bro.
I think that Jamaica need a coach that's gonna be in-game management up on the sideline, talk to the
Engage with the
players,
game as well. Yeah, man.
engage with talk to the players. I don't think that.
And
Them
most
was-
importantly with that, remember Nicardia asked a question earlier about the other teams, man, the USA and not the USA, the Canada and the Panama, or them play well in the Copa.
This is
And
Jesse March.
you say respect for coach is
Jesse March
important.
up the line,
Yeah,
the sideline, all
if
over
the players them they respect the coach, bro, or the coach not stern for can make a put a man in place, bro. The players them not really respect you, bro. And definitely the respect of Jesse Marsh all and the next player where the next coach will coach Panama, you can see the difference.
Thomas
The player them a play
Christensen,
for him.
yeah.
The player them a play for him, bro. The player them a play for him and respect. And him no ram for bench who
So
perform.
you watch a Copa with Costa Rica, right?
What do you man, brother?
That coach just really recently got appointed, you know, and a long term in a job final. And look how Costa Rica play with Brazil. I think with Bolivia. I think Bolivia was in that, but whatever zone they're in. I think Uruguay was in that zone as well. Look on how Colombia. Look how that team play in that big zone, and the coach just got appointed not for a long time. So you see a difference. You understand?
But
even when we play Guatemala in the Gold
Yeah.
Cup quarterfinal, them ball, you know.
them ball, brother. Right now, listen to me, bro. May I tell you the truth? I want the people feel like say, oh, them look a team, yeah, where we are play, where we are so for beat up. Feel like say the man them just sit down and say, yeah, man, we are waiting for Jamaica come beat we. The man them now run them background work and practice the beat we. But one of the man them really, bro. Right now, me I tell you the truth, based on what me see. If we run over we enemy, I must individual brilliance. I can't a good footballer gonna make
Yeah,
I
I think that's what internal true.
I
for
think
longest
football.
time.
I think football is past them stage where you think you're gonna just turn up and beat a team. You get what I'm saying? I think football have changed. Other teams as able to get tactical awareness now.
way
And
past them stage, bro.
them stage. Jamaica, if we're gonna make it to the World Cup, we cannot go into any game 80%. We have to go in every game 100%. Commit.
150%, bro.
Is it me I say? Yeah.
You know, so the man them I say since Jesse March dropping at Canada, Vancouver and Toronto kind of play better now. For some reason. I mean, I know that's what I heard.
But here's the thing I know. You see the next thing too, we not get no competition with big teams. But no, they must have because of the ranking and some team they really want to play when I perform.
We don't really have much time like the space. It's probably gonna plug in a friendly game.
Yeah, no. When me I say like no, me understand no with the money thing and all of that. So me not really talk about no, but me I say when you look pan Canada and Panama really improved since the Copa America.
I will beat them two teams, right?
Yeah. It's because of the competition. The competition bigger and the pace is faster, bro. CONCACAF, just imagine Jamaica play so slow at such a slow pace, brother, not up to CONCACAF level. And the regions them play way faster than CONCACAF level. So if you notice how Canada play on them, literally play faster than normally used to play on them and move the ball faster. Yes, sometimes even faster than them even move too. That's why them sometimes they miss some of them passes. But at least they might try to keep panda standard there. And the more you practice panda standard, is the better you will get. So even though they might try pass faster, you know, and miss some of the passes them, the more them practice, I think, the better them we get. And the faster you can play and keep up to that standard, there, bro, and the better it is for you. You see, but Jamaica, the way back at time, bro, we the way back at Kangakat level.
Even when people are say this is one of the worst Mexican team in a decade now, we can understand that. You know what I mean? The Dos Santos era is better than the era. But the man them still played pace, speed, and energy and tenacity.
Still same way.
Still same way. Fast.
And they can book any team and beat them, right? You know. They can book any team and beat them, right? You know, upon a half.
So how is that? We need that DNA in look under John Erdman, the last two coach before Jesse Marsh. John Erdman, he was the one that left before we played him in the Nations League. Mauro Biello, his assistant, was the coach. Canada wasn't playing that type of football. But as soon as this man come in, you remember when Leeds did in the Premier League with Jesse Marsh? I saw Canada are playing now fearless football.
They don't fearless football they have to play, man.
But we can't breed that in our team. Why we can't get a coach to breed that same energy in our team?
Mentality.
We over the past years that we've been Jamaica, and we've been supporting Jamaica and stuff like that. I think we jacked the ball, you know, because I think we should have been behind USA and Mexico. We should have been the third best team in a CONCACAF, you know, but we jacked the ball. You get what I'm saying? Because if you look over the players and we've been getting over these and producing, we have the best players, but we just don't able to get the best coach for the best set of players. We have fall behind Canada. Canada. You get what I'm saying? Canada was never around. We never knew about Canada.
No, they want to used to beat up Canada, man. Guatemala used to get beat up.
We jacked the ball.
As a matter of fact, Honduras was better back then.
Honduras was the team back then.
El Salvador was better back then too.
Yeah.
Panama did behind them team there.
Yeah.
Panama wasn't that best team in Central America. No, you know, everybody look up to Panama. Panama is a benchmark right now in Central America that everybody like.
Wow. Yeah, man, they might play good football. You can't take that from them because the man them have the experience now the way them are. We're gonna make use of our own. So, bro, brother, listen to me. Me say it again and I continue right away, brother. If we not fix the small things then before the midfield fix, bro, we're still gonna look like crap, bro. Yeah, tell you. It no matter who we get, I keep steady. And every time when I watch it and I remember show a current boss, I ring this out, I telling us, bro. I say no, come see, bro. Probably, bro, we're not up to par with we're still we call analog. We're still in an analog base, brother. We never reach digital now.
You think we should go a coach from in the Americas region or like a Miguel Cole, someone that young can start up a system, you know, learn, someone who eventually know the culture. You think we should go like that or go in route where we go to the Americas region, go get a Spanish coach that can implement that style of football? Because I think Poch kind of want to breed that in the US system, but these US players, you know, they are luxury Barbie dolls. They're not used to the Argentinian way of, you know, the religion. And what Poch really want to do is that he want to implement, you know, in Argentina, football is everything to them. This is what he want to breed in the US space. But he realized that, look, you have baseball, you have basketball, you have golf, you have so much, you know, league sports ahead of football. So it's hard to implement that type of religious, you know, method in the US men's national team, you know. So that's what I was asking. Like, should we go America's region or a local coach that can just start from scratch, rebuild and regroup again?
No, we don't need a local coach. You know why? We need a local assistant coach with a level head, a fear mindset, and a fearless mindset. Let me say fearless mindset and fear mindset, meaning we need an overseas coach definitely to gain the respect of the players, both overseas and local. Because we get a local coach, we've seen it over the years. I don't think the local coach, based on qualification, I get the respect from all of the players. I mean, you need a coach who can garner. You need a head coach who can garner the respect of all players, both players that play in our local league and players that play abroad. So you need a senior coach to be the man who is affair with modern day football, up to date with modern day football, right? Who is willing to take the time and learn about the type of players that we have and learn about a system that is good for us, and then work together with the fearless local coach who will stay in Jamaica and monitor the young talents, the talents that are in our league, right?
Yeah.
And keep abreast of them players that will really improve and the players that are up to quality. So him have that level head where them can both communicate and you can have a local coach who they on the same level and mindset in terms of our system and what is best for us going forward and the type of players that we have. I have a local base where I build and also a coach who is fair, who is up to the standard with modern day football and can garner the respect from both players and willing to learn our system and our players that we have and fit a system for we and work together with the local coach we have and fit a system for we can work. And then the local coach in the area now can implement that with the local players when they have the time. So instead of when the coach there, like let's say the coach have to go overseas, go look on a player or whatever, or something like that, right? We have the local coach and they on the same mindset, right? We have the system already, we know the system, right? And him have the local team basically down here. I go through the drill. So we have an under 17. The whole of the coach, the under 17, the under 15, the under 20 coach, everybody they on the same level right up to the senior team. So we can have a system, a progression where we are go. So we need both. We need a senior coach who can garner the respect of all players and the respect of JFF and have a more mindset, but still have a level mind and a local coach to work with him. Because we are going to need a local coach. We know the players them we can there for monitor the players them and watch.
But
and
someone who highly qualified as well.
Yeah, somebody highly qualified. You see me I say? So that's what we are going to really need. Not really a local coach per se, if you say you'll be a senior coach.
Someone said, that's supposed to be Miran Garden job?
Boy. Boy. I don't know because it's...
Yo, show a curtain. What the technical director fee system for Jamaica Football Federation? What Downswell? Time him give up that now. So what
I think Downswell like technical director. Him not gone. Him still there. When
So who are the man? That's supposed to be the man who bridge the gap between the what Marion God is supposed to have dope on the ground and what Steve Marion supposed to have search for overseas. You know, him supposed to be the man in between and the glue. The technical director. We don't hear nothing about what going on with technical director and not with the footballer.
Bro, I don't know. But that's a hope so we can go World Cup and get some money. Then we can hold them accountable for not having a system come through now.
Boy, as Daniel said, you know, go World Cup, boy, all the way have to go runway.
I think until Jamaica, the federation start to become more competent, I'm not worrying about the coaches. I think the everything starts from the leadership. You get what I'm saying? I think the leader, if the leadership have to bring all of this information where short curtain just say it out, and if they don't, then we're never gonna move progress. We're just gonna constantly hire a coach, get him in, get couple results, fire him, basically just repeat on it. But until the federation have a plan, and I'm sure we say, yeah, this them are gonna do. Start from the youth, bring up the youth, come up to the national team. You know, get the best players and from overseas to mix up with the squad that's going on in Jamaica. And thing until that happen, I don't think there's nothing gonna change. I think we're gonna have.
And on top of that too, when you look on the trajectory I have on, I'm worried. Now, I don't know how much people really look on this and really adjust it. But listen, we have local players, right? Who say no good, and they were bad for them get contract for go overseas, and then whenever them go overseas and come out of the JPL, is like it's kind of difficult for them really get a look in again as compared to the JPL player were there. So a man said, boy, I'm there JPL and the league too low, and him go one bigger league. Him left JPL and gone overseas, and him still look on a Satchwell. Like if we really look on standard, really, and I say, yo, the players them not good in the JPL and they need to leave. Then when the players them leave and I perform, bro, them for at least, you know, even Flemings we mentioned when I say Flemings time done. The reason why I say Flemings time done, him get enough chance, like him get enough opportunity, bro, for stake a claim, bro, and him not really stake it. So I like me, I say, yo, yeah.
I say Fleming Brown Eddie Vision in a job somewhere. So I wonder what going if market back himself in a team.
Yeah, so me no know. Me no see him right now. Me no see him. Me no see him a get Bailey game now. Gray. Or when him not play. Or Cephas. Or even Norman Campbell. Norman Campbell are going good too.
Yeah.
And a young Dixie where the coach seem to love. Then you have what's his name? Coming in a Tyrese Campbell. You have a Mother Sill. So where they want.
So what about the Trevante we are score going at the Serbian Super League? Is it that
but that's what me I said. That at the point we just make we have our ball so the players them they here, right? The players them they here not good enough in the local league, right?
Yeah.
But yet still when them get contract overseas, we still wanna look on them after that. We still look on JPL players same way. So obviously it seems to me that there's an ingrained mindset in the JFF that hey, whosoever in there, the man them just gonna try push JPL players for us try get contract and use the team. Basically, me I see right now, and it kind of it hot up me right now. Come here, one this gonna continue.
Yeah,
because Shaq and Satchel, as I said, Trevor and Stewart, we ball say yo, when the man them there, we say yo, them not good enough, and we run them left, and them still can't get a look in.
Because to be honest, I think the Trevante will see a salary return to know him improve.
Yeah, so that me really I say So what is really the aim of the youth? That's a man just say about a youth mentality. It hurt me. I don't know if really I wonder if that gonna be the case.
But here is
problem.
But here I take you. I hear you said about getting contract, pushing the players from the JFL to get them contract to go overseas. You ever look at it like this way? Maybe the man in the JFF knows, this is a Jamaica team and not gonna really go nowhere, You get what I'm saying? So you're the best thing to do. Get the players them in and get them to go overseas. And commercial wise, it's a growing thing for the team. But because I feel like if you look on the Premier League and look on some team, when we usually see Arsenal used to do it, they never really care about winning. All they want to do is get into top 4. They just because that give them money. So if I look at it as that way, maybe Jamaica, maybe the federation don't really. Is that them that believe in that the team is going to win, but they're just trying to push some certain like some man that the NIF, I don't know, but as I said, some man that the federation have an agenda.
I don't know if someone have short-term memory, but I remember Nika did their own them time in the heat of the matter when Jamaica try to qualify for the World Cup when Speed just come turn technical director when Speed just
was that
come
2018.
20 no man, I think I not 28. I think it was 2020 there, but I think 2020
the party shop business
when him just did join by the JFF.
Yeah.
I will never forget this.
Yeah.
And this
I know the era you thought.
There was an interview with Speed during the World Cup qualifiers, and Speed said right now he rather expose the players them that will go World Cup. If you think I lie, I tell you, I think it was on Ryan program.
No, me hear it already.
I interview them right in the World Cup qualifiers. When the man have an interview, the man say, if rather the players them get exposed, the players them locally get exposed and going to World Cup. Right in the middle of World Cup qualifiers.
Them man them afraid of brother. Them man them afraid of brother.
I mean, I tell a lie upon him. That's how him say.
Them man them afraid of brother.
You can go hunt back for the video pump on YouTube, but that I never forgot that. I was so shocked when him said that. During the middle of World Cup qualifiers, probably feel like say when they now make it to World Cup, same as a show. Brother, the players them get exposure right now than go World Cup. And I lie me I tell. And that still play upon my mind up until now. That's why me and someone talk about boy Speed. Yeah, he's a good tactician and we can't take that from him because we see it over and over in our news Cavaliers. But that mindset the bro.
No man, the code.
Mindset the brother. It's crazy. I never forgot it.
We are Jamaican and we're gonna back the gaffer and we're gonna hope for the best, but me not really to trust him. Me not trust him.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, you see that we just come up with. I don't even think about that. I've never thought about that, but just by having the conversation I have right now, I honestly believe that we just a brand. Jamaica is really just a brand. I don't think we're serious about football.
But we even not trying to market a brand then.
Like you know, see what they did to the women's team. You get what I'm saying? Then basically, we have been to the World Cup, one of the biggest achievements that a team can make, and them destroyed the woman them team. You get what? So why you don't think? So you don't think them do the same?
Listen to me. Don't get it twisted, in the brother. We did that from the inception. Them man never believe in the woman team.
Never.
Remember
Never.
good. Remember
So do you-
Asadela, bro.
But do you think they believe in the
Asadela
men's
come on
team?
from board. Asadela come on board. Come pump money and get Wooly for sponsorship for the girl. Asadela
Never say
push
man
it.
them abandon the team, you know, brother.
Yeah, Asadela push the thing and come on board. Come and really push by the thing. And then when the girl they make it go World Cup, then JFF come here and want to take the glory. I want to take the whole thing. And then the girl them go World Cup again. And then I be a controversy, be a little mix up and be a little something. Like them want to jump on board and because them so Wooly for sponsors and the girl them get a look at highlights. So now they want to jump on board and like to take over things. So
Yeah.
it's not like them didn't even believe in the team, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think they believe in the men's team neither. But you are push the men's team. The men's team have support. Them have the fans. You get what I'm saying?
And them can
So
make them pocket fat.
So them can't abandon the men's team. Like them can do it. They can just push the women's team aside. They cannot do that to the men's team because the men's team them have support. You get what I'm saying? And
Especially now more than ever.
yes. So them can't them not have no choice. Them not have to just do what them have to do. But there's a bare minimum doing.
Yeah.
It's bare minimum. It's not fully pushing like how we say Panama and them other small nation that we are get. I don't think we are fully a push team. You get what I'm saying?
Brother, I say this every time, man. The thing hurt me to the core. But never they run in a 98. But never old enough in a 98 if you witness the World Cup, bro.
Yeah.
I love the football, bro, like that. And even bigger than that, and even bigger than that, bro. I really see the football, but you see the thing is that when we look pan even COVID time and see how the government really, bro, not even the government really look like they really,
bro,
you know, how they push the reggae boys, them thing, always like a joke thing. Me say racers open back so fast in a COVID and I'm like, yo, racers open up in a COVID and what about football World Cup qualifiers? Like, bro,
if Jamaica make it to the World Cup, you're gonna see all of the bagwang and them come out to support the team. Even just like what you said, the Prime Minister, all them gonna come out. Everybody gonna be this big Jamaica fans.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro.
Anytime Jamaica make it to the World Cup, everybody are Jamaica fans. So Jamaica the best team. Nobody not gonna support Brazil and Argentina. Everybody gonna support Jamaica.
And you see the thing where hurt me the most. What hurt me the most, bro. You see football, bro, in Jamaica. When I look on it, as I tell them, I look on the bigger picture with me, I look on it. Brother, football can be a source to get enough youth to get crime down and to get enough youth out of poverty, to build the country economically, bro. If you have more players, brother, I get chance to more get a youth, I get chance to and go overseas, I get the experience. And we can keep develop the raw talent and countries, other bigger countries can see the talent them there and take them from them young. The more players we can get out. Brother, only really have to look for evil, ask for no players for getting a passport or none of that, because players them naturally gifted, you know. And if you put in the right system, they might teach you them from a younger stage and more academies and more of that. We can have basically everything basically grown from yard where we develop here and go overseas, and we can have them back and play for the system and develop through the system. So the thing does bigger than just a look a quick money thing, brother. This thing can be a vehicle for help curb crime, you know, brother. A most poor man penny play football, you know, bro. A most garrison youth. A football in a most of the garrison here, then bring the unity and bring the togetherness. Where you check the Waterhouse, you check the Arnett, you check the Rima, you check Tivoli Garden over there where I'm glad to them they back on the Rice in Jerome with good and them and play good football. You see the turnout back in the Edward Siaga complex, bro. When you look and you see the Constant Spring, them you check them, bro. The Waterhouse, you check them, bro. Football really make them community, the Portmore communities them. Football really make them community the thick, you know, brother, and help bring down violence, you know, bro.
Yeah.
So when we see the man them really don't play this thing, I like, it's just like a poor man thing. So we're not, you know, racers a big people thing, a rich thing, a big money, but the football can become a big money if you do the right thing, bro. If we do the right thing and just market the thing, if we go World Cup, bro, if we can go World Cup, Zine, get more sponsorship bandwagonist people, them gonna jump on the thing and because people like winners, bro.
Yeah. You know,
people like winners.
Show a curtain, you know. Yeah, but what may I say is, you talk about government. You see the Panamanian government and you see the Honduran government and El Salvador and Guatemala. Guatemala for sure. This team we're gonna play at the government pay the money from a private company, right? And we just see Thomas Christian to sign a contract with the Panamanian board, the national board, and the government about giving him the opportunity to fly in the Americas region. They just signed a little private deal with a private company where run airplanes to bring him across the Americas region to go and support the players, talk to the players, watch them, because it's different than look at the players on video. It's totally different than go to the game. Even the Honduras manager, the Colombian Ronaldo Rudia, he's going all across the region, yeah, and over in Europe. I think he just got a player from Germany who, German is a German heritage player, but have Honduran mother and father. You understand? They trying to get some players as well from the academies in Spain. We saw the team that we played in the World Cup qualifier, Dominican Republic, when Marcel Navarrete, spreading the wings across in South America, in Spain as usual, to get players in the lower tier league. So those coaches are traveling, and the government, they are supporting the cost of qualifying for another World Cup. So where is Brogard in all of this? Babsy as well. I know they are doing it, but the country need more. The football need more.
They're not done. Babsy a try.
More. Yeah, Babsy a try, but you need more, bro.
We need more, bro. The man just look down upon football and not see the bigger picture, bro. And then everybody just, Jamaica is just a look, a get rich quick mentality. Everybody a reap and nobody not busy about the next man, bro. If we look for our culture, brother, Jamaica is a brand in a brother. We for the father and over there, Jamaicans are normal. We're not normal, bro. We're not the normal set of Africans, bro. Yeah. If you know with history, bro, we're not normal. Jamaican are normal, brother. For a country, brother, we have resources in a third world country. And then at the top 4 in the world in a track and field without resources. Just imagine if we had the resources, bro, a natural talent to do that.
I just think a lot of
World Cup. We made the World Cup with the female team and we don't have enough resources, bro, compared to some first world country, some second world country, bro.
Do you have a woman league?
It's not a normal. We have a league, bro.
We just start have a good proper woman league now.
Bro, it's not a normal feat, brother. Brother, we have a netball team, bro, without resources. We're the top 3, top 4 in the world, bro. That's not no normal feat, bro. We have some of the brightest people in the world. You check Harvard University. Every time a Jamaican make it in a Harvard University, them there in the top 10. This is not no joke thing. You go and research it, bro. This is no joke thing, bro. We have some intelligent people. We have some great minds, but we still colonize, brother. We still think backwards, bro. Because if we are think forward, bro, there are certain things, brother, we shouldn't make money off of, but we're so selfish, bro. We still have this slavery thing and this selfishness where everybody just want grab.
Yeah.
And you see, if we did more together, bro, man could have grabbed and him could have still grabbed more, but enough could have still let the brother work and still build pan. But everybody does a grab and we not work together, so you find out so we are deteriorate. It's sad.
It's a mental thing in the culture.
Yeah, it's sad.
And I don't think we ever gonna I don't know who can able to change that mentality in the culture, but I just think that until the culture change, we were able to move forward and because me and Nick we used to live in Jamaica and I make it tell you, so we come in America, we learn a lot of stuff and certain things that we used to do we just not do again. But I feel like people in Jamaica still do the same thing. It's just a recycle cycle thing. You know what I'm saying? So if even the stadium they're right behind me right now. When that stadium have able to be developed, you get what I'm saying? Like they have not the changing room is the same, everything is the same grass up on the field. Does it make sense? So it's just a mental thing, but yeah.
I watched that game, the JPL game, show a curtain boss and the field. What the field look good too? The field look worse in the boss.
The field was atrocious, bro. Like, bro, the thing hurt me, but right now on the program, I tell you, come like the more we talk about this thing, the more the thing hurt me because, bro, we just look, bro, we not look farther than with two, brother. We still laying out. You see me? We still laying out. We still, bro. But me really love where Chris Chris and Hill, Owen Hill really I do. Me like the new look at the JPL. It's good. Me like how the CONCACAF improve this with this this Caribbean Cup thing and Club Cup thing and the CONCACAF Club. It's really a good exposure. I love it. Which is the next step for L push the players them. So that's good. I love it. And you can see the JPL really improve. We can't beat that. It's really a good look, but we still need more, bro.
So we want to close out probably in the next 30. You know, we have King in the background as well. You know, King, you hear us?
Yeah, man, I hear you, yeah.
Yeah, man. So King, but we want to talk about, you know, the Bailey situation because Bailey just played 30 plus minutes after the last international break, throughout the whole campaign for Aston Villa, you know, after the last international break, you know. Didn't feature off the bench, you know, Stoke Curtain against United. A lot of games, you know, he didn't feature as well. Yeah, Bailey didn't even name him at the match card because the team was just too full. And Unai Emery said players just need to get left out because he didn't have the space to put them. You know, a player that played 50 plus game, put him body part the line, helped the team get into the Champions League last season. But, you know, is it the worst ever season you see a Jamaican play in a top flight league?
No, we really have to laugh. Boy,
No.
it's really I don't know. It's really sad. You know, Bailey just had been up and down. Me kind of lost words to this, like to tell you the truth, Nicole. Me kind of lost. Me just can't understand it. Me really can't understand it. It's hard for you understand right now. But just have to just go and watch and see it pan out. I swear to you.
That's great. You think is it like they qualify for the Europa League now? I know they're going to try to get the best players in now. They're going to try to cash in. I see they're trying to cash in on Watkins, Amy, Bailey, and one more player if it's possible as well. Then I don't know, man. But I think the best possible thing for him right now is to just probably move on because I just think it's a big slap in the face for, you know, from Unai Emery. You know that look, I know Bailey didn't perform up to par, you know, even nowhere close to where he did last season, and just froze him out of the front line. Just cannot get in. Just cannot get in like that. I just think maybe it's just time come to an end. You know, a couple more years left back on this contract where you just need to move on. You know, what you think, Daniel?
I just think Bailey have just not been good enough this season. You know, that's just the facts. You know, people don't want to. People might not want to like that, but I just think Bailey have not. He got his opportunity. I think. Unai Emery used to really like Bailey, especially in the last season. But this season, he got his opportunity. He was ups and downs. Bailey just never able to do what he did last year. You get me? I don't know if he got too comfortable. You know, think that he's the man now after what he done last season, and then he just came in very, and then unfortunately he got injured. Unfortunately, they brought in Rashford and Insensio that came in and have something to prove. And those players kind of take away his game time. So I think Bailey just at the highest level, you see that Aston Villa, they didn't able to make it to the Premier League, to the Champions League because of just a small margin. So at the highest level, at every time you have to give your 100%. And this season, Bailey has just not been good enough, and that's it.
King.
Oh, go on.
You want zone in on Bailey because look, Bailey missed, you know, so many games, you know, after the international break where he not fit for the bench 4 times, not in the squad 3 times, you know, missing 4 games because of injury. You know, where it goes from here, man.
Yeah, now you're clear.
Yeah, man, we are here clear, man. Yeah, man, we are here clear, man.
Big up yourself, Nicola. Big up yourself, Dan. Big up yourself, Shocker and Boss. Everybody in the comment section, people, remember to smash that like button. Okay, you know, my day I listen to the reasoning on my way in from ball game, and yeah, Bailey. It's just sad. When I say it's just sad, it is very sad because I wonder if one of them cases when you come from international duty and coach just play again, because we hear them stories there often now. We hear say, yo, enough coach don't like when you go play certain matches, especially when you play for certain teams. And we just can't speculate because it's just crazy. Remember say before him go for international break, he actually had a really decent outing in the what was it? The Champions League at the time.
Yeah, he played
Champions League.
against Club Brugge. He scored an assist in
He
both
scored an assist in
sides.
both games. So it was kind of weird. As him come back, him just never get in a game. The weird. Now, what me observed was that Aston Villa, they seem to have made a tactical change in how they play. Because the truth be told, if you check who's playing on the right, that has been Morgan Rogers, and Morgan Rogers' productivity went down when he's playing on the right. I don't think you get the best out of Morgan Rogers on the right. So the man we are replaced Bailey on the right in terms of an attacking sense, him now put out no great numbers on the right. Morgan Rogers did all his best job playing as a number 10 or a second striker. So I think Morgan Rogers is even more effective on the left. So it kind of really weird because you're saying that is it that Morgan Rogers is playing better than him? Is it that he's not giving enough off the ball? We don't know. But attacking wise as an attacker, it doesn't show that Morgan Rogers having better output than him on the right hand side. So you can't just get up and say, yo, all right, then he's being replaced by a player that is outplaying him in terms of number wise. There's nothing there to show for that. So I try to analyze that the right way because in a black and white we say, yo, definitely the player we are play right there. So definitely that put out more input than him. So it's still kind of tedious to me if we really say it's this or it's that, definitely. But with that said, the last game I can recall Bailey playing was that Crystal Palace game.
Yeah.
And they really put Ty Mitchell on a string. Bailey had literally the best rating for Aston Villa player in that game. So it still come back to when we check the facts again. The facts not aligned with why he lost his spot. If somebody can tell me say I'm losing spot because this man I play better than him, yeah, me accept the reason, but the facts don't match up with that. So when I have to tell me how to think about that, because me bring the facts and when I tell me what me I'm missing on the facts side of it.
I feel like Una Emery lost faith in him. I just feel like when a coach, I play football before and I can feel when I was the man, and then the coach got players that I got injured and then miss a game, and then when another player come in and do my job better than me, and maybe that player have more than just going forward than me. You get what I'm saying? And the coach like that guy fit into his squad. And do you ever think about this? Maybe Aston Villa just want to sell Liam Bailey. Do you ever think about that too?
Yeah, because they up against the PSR rule as well. They cannot do anything.
Maybe they just want to get rid of him. Maybe they just want to sell him too. Maybe they just don't value this player anymore, and they just want to get rid of him. You get me? And this is all the way out to push him out, not playing him. You get what I'm saying?
Not even this morning.
Yeah, but Dan, that's a good spot, and that's a good spot again, Nicard, because we hear so them need to sell because of the rule, them financial situation.
Yeah.
What me I try to say is that it's easy as especially the Jamaican fans, them just like I say, yo, Bailey lose him game because him not play good, or Bailey lose him game because him not play good defensively, or Bailey lose him game because the next man I play better than him. But you have to show me the facts and the stats to back that up, and we now see that the eye test now show me that,
King. Yeah. Bailey have not played good this season.
Whenever
Ensensio, Rashford come in this season, have performed better than Liam Bailey. You have to be real, dog. Bailey have not performed this season.
Him drop off a farm.
Drop off, man, Bailey.
And since the injury,
hold on. Make sure I curtain got you.
Yeah, I kind of lean more to the fact that it's not say not play good per se, but him season wasn't really that hot.
Yeah.
Plus I think he had 2 injuries, right?
The Bayern Munich game, I think.
He had 2 injuries, and then when I just feel like the coach probably I look for offload some player, and then based on Liam Bailey being injury prone, and he's getting good work from the wingers, and we are coming, we are playing now, so it's just easier for offload Bailey. Basically, different from him just not being on farm, but because he's injury prone, and then the other players them I step up to the plate and I play, and him still I get good results. So I think the easiest player for offset is Bailey based on him injury prone. That is just my conclusion. Him being injury prone.
Yeah, And I just feel like the pressure, because Billy in and out of the team, and I think of the pressure. Daniel said, being the main guy and being out of the team and different bodies, coming through different ideas of players. I just think that look, the pressure of Unai Emery try to deliver, in the Champions League, try to qualify back to the Champions League again. I think that just, favored Billy out of the system as well. Much more easier. Say, look, the coach is under a lot of pressure. Money has spent. He needs to deliver, and he's like, look, I can't trust this player this season, and that's just the nature of the season. And then all of a sudden, him just find himself even being out of the team because there's no space for him on the bench, and that's the thing that kill me. Like, how is no space for him on the bench when he performs at
He was on the bench for today game.
No, I mean not today, but I mean there's games. I think there's 3 games in this after the international break where the coach said there's no space for him.
Yeah.
I think Mings was out of the team as well. There's no space. And I thought that look, the Crystal Palace game would have give him that bounce back and the trust, for Unai Emery to say, let's proceed with him and move on with him and let's see what he can do in the back end of the season.
Yeah.
And I think Leon Bailey's got to.
So the irony with that is the Crystal Palace game they lost 3-0, And again, Bailey was the best player on the pitch in just 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Now, the whole irony about the situation is that I lose my chain of thought like while like stop. But watch, I get that back. We know there's find it back. The irony is that Emery came under pressure for try and make Champions League and he failed. There's no two way about it. So him take a gamble for not play the player, right? Because as you say, he's under pressure. But he failed because today, if you look at it, only thing Villa wanted was a draw for really make Champions League today, Just a draw they needed to make Champions League today, So I didn't trust in the player. So you can't say Bailey let him down because again, he never trust in the player. So the players them when him trusting fail him. You follow what I say?
Yeah. How they fail him?
I want draw them need to forget Champions League. Them to make Champions League.
Yeah, but in that circumstance, they were the favorites to get Champions League. Everybody say Chelsea they're gonna lose against Nottingham Forest, and
nobody have ever time to beat.
Martinez dropped the ball. You get what I'm saying? He get a stupid red card and get sent off in that match. You get, and they were up against it. You get what I'm saying? So and then that referee take away that goal for them. But end of the day, Aston Villa had improved. Can we be right on this that Aston Villa have been improved since they bring in Ensensio and Rashford and Malan in January?
Not really to a sense, because if you look at Emi last season was one of Aston Villa's best player, but no Aston Villa finished the season with a +7. They are the worst defensive team in I think the top 8. Yeah. You understand? So and nobody say Emi need to bench. But Emi,
no. No, I say when they bring in Rashford and Ensensio.
No, I don't see much improvement. But I think Daniel, if you look at Unai Emery won the Europa League, beating United in the final with Villarreal, with Coquelin, that midfield, that central midfield players that played in that midfield 4. I think that's what Unai Emery play. Unai Emery don't really play with natural wingers. And if you look at the young Spaniard that was coming to under him, I think it was Peña. I think that young Spaniard, he was a bright future young teenager coming to the Villarreal system, but didn't really look at him much. So I just don't think that Unai Emery really featured wingers.
So say Unai Emery just used Bailey last season because Bailey was there.
You don't have any choice.
You don't have a choice.
I just feel that, but Bailey make and take advantage of that. And he have no decision and no choice of saying, hey, you're going to bench him because he perform out of his skin. Yeah. But I just think that me looking at Unai Emery's trajectory in the past, he's not a manager that love to play with natural wingers. He like the Asensio, the Morgan Rogers. You understand?
Yeah. I see.
You have no piece you want to show a curtain, boss?
As I said, as I said before, I just think him slightly change him play still now.
Unai.
This season. Yeah, this season him slightly change how him play. Him play more direct. him start play more direct now as compared to him did I play last season.
Yeah.
Him start play more direct.
You
So
think one
as
of
me
the
say,
major, got you.
yeah, so as me I say basically, maybe me say Bailey in him plans here, man, based on how him based on the players how him have and how him change. So as me say, and then Bailey injury prone. But just honestly, if you like that because Bailey injury prone and him still get the work from the other players, I'm gonna say injury prone. Honestly, if he say that's why.
That phase him out.
Yeah, man, my feel say that's why. That just my point to me. I hold on. I can't find nothing else, as I say.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Bailey really have extremely bad games whenever I play. But the fact that he injured prone and you see me, and then
And
yeah,
the games come like every 4 days, and you need to touch players that will got longevity.
And they have other players who are coming, who are play just as good as you where I do the work too. So why I need to have so much player where me done I get the work already and you injury prone, like bro. Like me need
And you know, said
yeah.
the two impact wingers them kind of injury prone, Ramsey and Bailey.
Yeah, man.
That tell me that tell me that Una Emery never rate Bailey for morning then. If he just phase him out just like that. Seems like he never rate him for morning.
Money same no rate him from morning as me say. Money same no rate him cause as I see the impact where Bailey did have last season, you see me? But as me I said, injury prone thing, I think any manager would have really worry about this injury prone thing, bro.
So you wouldn't think the coach at least have some loyalty with the player, see what the player have done for you last season, you able to get you to Champions League, you know, him able to get you to Champions League, so you at least say him have some loyalty.
In a works about them big stage in a works about performance work, brother.
Yeah.
So he come back now. He said, "Come back now to say Bailey now."
Because injury for most part, me not say no. Me not say him have a good season, but me I say him not have that much of a bad season. If you say you know, whenever I play, him not play all that bad for we can beat him. I say away, but
Bailey,
injury prone, bro.
Bailey defender, King.
King, but you Bailey eternity.
Yeah, man. So as we say, we have a big context to the thing, and you know, am I
We get what you say. I say, yeah, I think you go off of data and numbers, but my eye test what me see and see on the field, Bailey have been poor. But no way you go off of data and numbers.
By even the data and the numbers by this season to last season, it's trended down a lot because he have 10 goals last season, one him have this season in the league. So the data is there for sure that he had a worse season. You get me? I say, but the point I try to make is how can you have a player where play 31 minutes, the best player on the field, and then next game not even a minute? It just don't add up. If you get what I say, and he's on the bench for the next game, and like him injured or and like me, you say him injured, but he's just on the bench, and you still a lose. So the gamblers, you know, look how me look at it. The gamblers, me have a squad, right? Me have Daniel, Nick, and Shaw Curtain Boss, right? Me choose for bench Daniel and give Nick out of the game. You see, me not meet my objectives of qualifying for Champions League. You see, you Daniel can look in yourself and say, you know, say I'm feel hard done by because I choose Nick and know say I'm still not meet my objective because the same thing you say you not play me for is all right. Then you want make sure you reach Champions League. You still didn't reach Champions League, so you took your gamble and you have to fall up your sword. And you have to remember also say. He did this with Watkins when he brought in Rashford. Watkins did get benched, and Watkins is pissed about that, especially in the Champions League. Watkins I say, "Yo, I mean, bring come here, say you know, and you bench me and I play Rashford." I remember again in the game, Rashford did have a horrible first half and a second half. Him start playing and it was a little bit too late. But the point what I try to make is that I think the third thing I'm observe with this Villa team as well, I think they don't know what to do with John McGinn. And them try to show
but he have to play though. But he have to play.
Him have John McGinn play on the wing. I never get that. I think Una Emery.
Yeah, it's find a problem with that for real, man.
McGinn play on wing all over the place.
Crazy, brother.
It's a brother wild as that.
So Dan, yes, you say it's not about.
I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying now.
Context, because me analyze this thing holistically, you know, because me not just run with the narratives, them the easy narratives, them. I call them lazy narrative, but the easiest thing them to run with. You see me? So I just run with it, but try to analyze it holistically. You see, when you bring all other things and everything where talk about players for sell, and not even look from the point of view, they say them really under pressure for sell players. And the easiest thing for do is, all right then, me bring in new players who me can get out. So it just makes sense to me. Yes, we can admit that it's not his best season. Yes, we can admit that by film standard or by any standard, he had an underwhelming season. But it's not just black and white. So you see me, him need to do better. He need to find a club. Then if he need to find a club, but
I think
it's not just black and white. We say, yo, my boy they play better than him over right wing, so him throw him over there. Him fail big time. Emery fail and Emery mess up. But we're not hearing about that.
I think the quote is in Bailey. Bailey have to go look at club. I think if just by the way or Una Emery treat him this season, him definitely have to go look at club and I think
But you know say King make a point a while ago. It's sad. It's sad. You know use the man and yet still make Champions League.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a big point, you know, brother. He's supposed to have a beat himself, right? Like seriously, bro. He's supposed to have a beat himself, you know.
And me not go nowhere, you know. Me stay, you know. Me serve my contract, you know.
Bro,
because I must play me in a Europa League. He must play me. I'm gonna take the chance.
No, Books, that's risky. That's risky. You know why? You know why is that risky? World Cup is right around the corner. You gotta risk your World Cup spot for that.
I'll be able to bench 38 games if I forget off for Jamaica. The man say my
Who says so?
Bailey say my king.
Who says so?
Bailey say my king.
Yeah, Bailey I forget pick man. You see the coach. You see the coach rate. Yeah, man, and the coach rate Bailey better.
But yeah, see Mikel Antonio pick himself when the coach say, Coach, pencil in the team because I'm ready.
Pencil me.
I don't mind them run the team. They think I Steve back like.
Yo, it's the thing crazy, brother. When me and the coach say Ravel, Mikel Antonio say pencil me in. I think I'm gonna be ready. I'm like, what the? Like, are you serious? But Ravel can't get pick where I play. Ravel where I play can't get pick, brother. It's crazy, brother.
Yo, January was fine. But you know, come to our end of the show, and January is it's a fun time, people. It's a fun time doing podcasts. You know, show a curtain respect, you know, for put forward show. You know, King. You get 6 love today? You get 6 of a bar for you today?
6 of my yes, he
one of my brethren text me and say, you know, you can't play, but you can't run the midfield like me, you know.
No, see a phone test. No, see that boy phone is it.
Daniel, no say man, he want 20. He know 20.
Yeah, let's play position.
Yeah, 20 know him, but me don't know if you're gonna back on the show so about, you know, what's your expectation, you know, going to the Unity Cup squad? You think this squad can beat this Trinidad team and go on to, cause look, I want you to, I know you're a man, you watch the football and you're going to see the local players for Ghana and Nigeria and match them with the Reggae boys, and then we're going to have a next discussion again next Sunday. More you come back on the show next Sunday, I will discuss the games, and we're going to match the Unity Cup local players from all countries and to see where our players are. But your expectation, you know, going to
my expectation. I don't mind, as I say, I don't mind. I look past the Ravel thing from Ravel, and then I look past that. But my expectation really, I think we're gonna beat Trinidad. We're supposed to beat Trinidad because basically we have basically a team defense, exclude maybe 1 or 2 players. Lemby there, we main right back, Bell we main left back, King and main staple in the team, Bolgate, just giant. So basically we have a defense line. Basically when I say we A defense line, same way. You get me? I say, we midfield, we still have Aiden there. We have Palmer. We have Aiden. We have Palmer. We have Russell, who have been around the team. So, unlike the midfield far off, we have Cephas up front. Warner get added Wadia. So, unlike we really far off. So, we have basically A, B, A and B team. C, A, B, C, D team. A, B, C, D team.
I was on that team, Bacalarepan.
Why? Bacalarepan D team. So so basically we have an A, B, C, D team. So we're supposed to beat Trinidad.
Yeah.
You understand? We're supposed to beat Trinidad.
You know, so I'm not surprised if them beat it.
Eh?
I'm not surprised if them beat it.
Boy, I suppose me not think Trinidad can. Me still not think Trinidad can beat me, especially with the fact that I see my local team play them and them struggle for basically. You follow me? I say them struggle for basically beat me team for them local players. Now me have, as me say, some of the A team man them and B team man them. So me suppose I can beat Trinidad and go through. But my aim is to really see we really want to see a cover look and Russell. I really them two players them I really want to see. You know, as I say, when me two midfielder them, when I see the rest of them I see in a long. More so them have half and really love for them to take a claim.
Somebody make a big point in the comment section and say if Antonio was on the bench. Remember, say coach say he might be on the bench already. You know, this man the man never on the bench. You know, no, he never on the bench. But King, me on Twitter. Me on Twitter and the rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana, I heat up the Jollof Derby. Do you see sense? You know, you're there on the ground, we play Trinidad already on the ground. Do you see a big rivalry between us and Trinidad as well? The Ghanaian team and the Nigerian team see each other?
No, sir. I don't see that way there. Honestly, I don't see that
because
way
a big war right now on Twitter with the Jollof Derby, you know, Ghana and Nigeria.
We know, I see what go on, but the thing is, Nigeria and Ghana, even though it's surprisingly they are so far apart in terms of FIFA ranking, I could have swear things say them would be closer. I don't know what go on right there, sir, but I think the hierarchy is set between we and Trinidad. Trinidad's an improving team. Trinidad have do at York right now, but I think Trinidad really see themselves a size up with a Jamaica right now. I don't think so. I don't get a feeling of being on the ground. I don't hear that out there no way. You see me, know say the culture them love clash, and you see me, we know say we are in Trinidad, but Trinidad look up to Jamaica. I saw me see it. I say Trinidad look up to Jamaica football wise. So I think they know rightfully that they are the underdogs, and we just need to stamp our class and show them that they are truly the underdogs. We know it's a friendly and we know our vibes, but it's supposed to be boys to men, in my opinion. That's the feeling I get, and that's the vibe of me get. I'm not seeing a Trinidad that size up. You see me?
So me have one for sure, Curtin. I don't think any JPL players in the Trinidad team and coach a pick man from JPL. I don't think Dwight respect JPL that much. I don't see Triminan and Aspadalis and some of them. I don't see Triminan in that team.
Now the guy from Cavalry, the local guy, the young you, the
Arvry. Remember saying never pick Arvry in the last competitive game. He never
Okay.
Because then they said they play them saying play what he play 3-5-2-1, you don't know for put him. You understand? So I don't see the JPL man in that team. Eh?
The JPL man in there. As I say, we team supposed to still can beat Trinidad. As I say, we have basically you see me, Aiden Palmer with defense line. I just the keeper alone probably, and Shakwan been around the team.
But do I take the respect JPL dog?
Well, I don't know. It don't look like him with. But I don't think Chimina, I don't think Chimina all that neither, brother. Chimina.
Maybe I told you know the Trinidad squad of the depth of where the players are playing. You know, we don't really know them that in depth.
Yeah.
You understand? But
Chimina not that guy, bro. Chimina not all that, brother.
Yeah, but the left back is okay. It was Aspadalis to play for Mobile. He's okay. And I think the next one named Burrito. I mean, the Burrito is not really up to standard as well. But Avery was that one that you would say maybe should have been in around the team. You understand? But the semi-pro league still, do I say, oh, not a JPL man, not my team. So we're going to see that.
But them take it serious now, you know.
No, yes,
take it more serious now. When Trinidad buck, you know, in no matter who, which team we have them more for beat, you know, bro. I think Trinidad take it more serious than us, you know.
Nigeria coach said him do not want to lose against Ghana. And I don't hear Steve McLaren talking, even when Grimmie was at the end, that the rivalry between Trinidad and Jamaica, soca versus reggae. Daniel, we don't see that, we don't hear of it, but maybe one time when, you know, the Caribbean Cup back in like, you know, the 2007, 8, them time, you know, when the Shaka them did that play, that was a rivalry back in the early 2000 where that really look forward to, but no, it's like the rival is smashed down like mashed potato with some gravy on it. You understand? But
as the King just said, brother, Trinidad knows we are the better team and them have to respect we. But yet
Yeah.
when them buck we, you know when some local team, then some team buck some team where them know say a class a team. When we play Trinidad, a good practice with Trinidad, you know. Trinidad gauge himself with we, you know.
Yeah.
Trinidad they really have none if we gauge yourself with them, you know. That's how we feel beat them team and I look to get better opponents as me that said earlier, you know.
Yeah.
When Trinidad play Jamaica, them literally gauge themselves. And I don't think Trinidad are gonna lose that much by we like the last time. Again, you see me? Because they would have learned them lesson and you know and play with too much time enough for know more than likely we have to offer, you see me?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I hate that, you know, people. I hate that. King. Man, I hate that, you know. Steve
Bless you,
one day.
bless you. You know, me I gotta just do a quick show of myself, yeah. I come
Yeah.
active.
Hold on there. Hold on there. People, bless up on yourself, you know, people. You don't know, I hate that.